All right, all right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I fixed it. I think I fixed it. I'm sure I did. Hope I did. Let's see if that fixed it. Did it fix? Sounds like I fixed it. Ethan, what's up, man? A band of boys in the house. You hit 200? Did you hit 200 already? Let me see. Did you hit the 200 mark? Good job, buddy. Hell yeah. Congratulations, homie. Congratulations, dude. Hell to the yeah. Hell to the yes. Band of boys, you want to come up on panel, man, or what? Hey, what's up, Imperial H? Hey, Psycho. Hey, how you doing? Sure. Okay. Check your like I said, check your Facebook, man. Check your Facebook. I'm gonna send it to you right now, homie. Homie G. Let me find you real quick. You know I got you. I just gotta find you real quick. I swear I thought I had you. Here you are. I found you. I found you. I definitely found you. Let me send you the message. There you go. There you go. And there you go. All right. Definitely found you. Bam Dia sent you the thing. American Life in the Philippines. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to my stream. Appreciate you. If you guys want to share this out, please share. I shared it out to a bunch of people, so I hope people will show up and, enjoy themselves here. What's up? How you doing, Silent Army? All right, somebody just got up in here. Murad's in the house. Oh, man. What's up, Murad?
Long time no see. Where you be?
Long time no see, homie. About to have.
I know. You don't come on my lives no more.
You went live today?
Yeah.
What
I was
time?
live for like 3 hours.
What time?
It was like 2 or 3 my time.
So that would have been
5 or 6 yours. 7.
Yeah. Wish I would knew. Yeah.
You don't get. Hi, dolphin lover.
I'm trying to see if who you want to call it. A band of boys supposed to come up here.
I know Abandoned Boys don't like my channel either. He don't come to me.
You don't come over there?
No, nobody does anymore. Nobody loves me no more. I think it's time to shut down.
Shut down. I stopped.
I used to have 40, 50 people coming in my chat. Now I'm lucky if I get 20.
Thank you. I saw you were live. Sarah F, what's up?
Oh my fucking god. Oh shit. I got little Sarah now. Jesus Christ. What the hell? Sarah, Marie's live. Go over there. She wants you.
Dolphin Lover, you want to come up here? What's up, Sarah?
Let's do it.
Like you said.
Now she's laughing. I thought you were tired. You wanted to go to bed, Sarah.
That's
She was
what she
just, yeah, she was just tired. She didn't want to deal with Marie no more. I know.
said.
She got, dude, why is your picture so weird looking? It's like
What's wrong with it?
all gray or something. Your camera's not.
It's my lighting in here.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Come on, Bob, do you get up here? I gave you the link.
Yeah, come on, Bomb. Come up. Come up. I'm watching a movie, my ass.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. No, I thought something popped up here. Hang on a minute. Yeah, we've been having problems with
Hi,
this
Lunar
stupid
Eclipse.
YouTube has not been sending notifications out. I saw
Nobody
Smooth
loves
Alligator was
me
live.
anymore.
Smooth Alligator was in my stream a little while ago.
Who?
Rocco. That's what she's talking about.
Smooth alligator. Smooth.
Alligator.
Mm.
At least you're not having bad weather out there. It's fucking terrible over here, man.
Is that what you call that? You call that snow?
Yeah.
We're dying for snow out here, and you're like complaining about it?
Oh,
Jeez.
hell yeah.
We're lucky if we get rain.
You got no rain yet?
We had a little bit. I mean, like, it was like 4 drops and dried out. That's our rain.
Ah. I mean, it ain't working. I sent you the link there, Abandoned Boys. Here, I'll send it again.
Bomdia, you coming up?
She says yeah.
Or no? Huh?
She says yeah. She goes, okay, I'll be right there. Corey, the link should work.
It worked for me.
Yeah. Is Jackie as your chair? I should be getting a new one soon. What's up, American Life in the Philippines? How you doing? It's been snowing and windy as fuck over here. Yeah, well, it's been ice storming over here. Ice storming.
What's ice? What's ice?
Yeah, you haven't seen that in a long time, have you?
No, don't even know what that is. I mean, ice from my freezer? That's the closest I seen ice.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, the 22nd next month, I'm going back for an investigation.
You're going back?
Yep. Got the whole place locked down to ourselves.
Oh, shit.
So if you want to come.
22nd. Let me just look at this shit.
It's a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I can't remember.
22nd is a Wednesday.
Oh, maybe it's the 24th then, or 25th. Yeah, I think it's the 24th or 25th.
24th is a Friday.
Yep, then that's it. Okay, it's the 24th then. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to come this time for sure.
Dude, we had so much shit happen there, I'm telling you, you would have loved it.
Who'd you go with? Just you, or
Just me.
you had a lot of shit happening with you?
Oh, yeah, my REM pod was going off crazy. I'd ask it to stop. My REM pod would stop when I told it to stop. So much activity there.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Kira got a shadow figure.
Did you hear about what happened last night? Fucking James Gype got swatted, man.
Yeah, I was on his today or something, and he didn't say nothing to me about it.
Well, technically, the cops came, and he lives in an apartment, so they got the wrong apartment, so they went to a different one. So those stupid trolls, they fucking sent him to the wrong apartment.
Why do you think I'd never put my address ever on YouTube?
I don't know how they got it because I asked him. I rung him up here last night before I got off, and we talked privately on here. I asked him if he had anything posted with his information. He told me no. I don't know how the hell.
Well, that's probably why they went to the wrong place. They probably knew the area, just couldn't remember what the address was.
Oh,
It's all right. I keep getting this, what do you call it, troll coming in saying Murad's a PD.
really?
Yeah. I'm
Sure.
like, watch,
Wow.
I'm going to prove it. I'm going to show you he's got a record. Dude, you're a dumb fuck. You know that? He is.
What about that one guy
I
came
got,
up when you're panning with naked
I,
and shit?
yeah.
God, dude. I just had to kick somebody out of mine because he was talking funny. He was talking something about how the spirit is sucking him off and he's tired of it. He wants to get rid of it. I'm like, oh shit, what kind of smoke you smoking, dude?
You mean he wanted to get rid of a succubus?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what...
Fuck that. Stay. No, I'm joking.
You need to shit. Yeah, you know there's a guy that lives in the Clown Motel that he's a big YouTuber over there. Well, he's not really big. He's kind of big. He has an
Who?
oxygen. He has an oxygen thing in his nose. I'll have to look him up again because he always has his thumbnails the Clown Motel. And I said, "Oh, you've been to Clown Motel?" He goes, "I live here." I'm like,
I know the owner.
"Yeah." He said
I'm
he
gonna
lives
ask
there.
him. I talk to him all the time, the owner of the Clown Motel.
I was like, "Me and Mariah were just there not that long ago," and he was like, "Really? You guys never came by?" I was like, "Well, it was really late when we got there." I'm trying to figure out what his
Well,
name is.
next time I go up that way, I'll stop by and try to see who he is.
Yeah, he has the oxygen thing in his nose. What the fuck's his goddamn name? Hang on, I'll find him. He comes live in the daytime all the time from there.
And what does he do? I mean, what does he do on his channel?
He just shouts out people. That's all he does. I don't think he does the
Oh,
paranormal.
he's a networker.
Oh, here he is, right here. This is him. His name is
Share it.
Just in Time. Just in Time.
Oh, Just in Time Prepper.
Yeah, him. Yeah, he lives there.
Oh, okay, I know Just in Time Prepper.
Yeah, he lives there.
I didn't know he lives at the Clown Motel. Shit,
I
I'll go by and say hi.
I didn't know either. It seems like you don't have much people, friends or anything.
I just stopped there on the way back, said hi to the owner
Yeah, that's him.
because they're repainting it. They're doing a bunch of new shit to it.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Last time I was there, he let me stay for free.
That's cool, man. Hell yeah. That guy seems pretty cool. He seems
Oh, he
alright.
is. He's awesome.
I mean, we woke him up at
Oh,
like 3 o'clock in the morning.
what's her name? The manager for the MISPA contacted me, seeing if I wanted to do that investigation. I just remembered about that.
When do you want to do it?
She said as soon as possible. Oh, I got so many lined up. I got a residential too. Somebody saying they keep seeing shadows running across the hallway and shit.
Really?
Yeah, I got so many investigations coming up. Awesome sauceum. How come Corey's not coming up?
Well, here,
That's not letting me.
I'll put the link in the chat, people. Just let Corey come up here, guys. Nobody else.
The bum dia.
Oh yeah, I sent her a message.
She's not. I'm here. That's why she don't want to come up. I don't blame her. Look at that bald guy. I don't want to come up there with that bald guy up there. Jeez.
She came up yesterday. It was up here with.
Well, that's because I wasn't here.
Firewolf and 8-bit. Okay.
Told you nobody likes me.
There's Abandoned Boys. I forgot. Sometimes when you're on your phone, you can't. I have to put it in the chat.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, man? You're out of that cemetery already?
Yeah.
What cemetery did you go to? The Step Cemetery?
Now that was Crown Hill.
Oh, wow. That looked like a pretty creepy cemetery you had to go on there.
Yeah, it's pretty huge, man. Pretty huge.
Corey, you need to come out here so we can go to the pet cemetery. I'm thinking about stopping next weekend, going back to that pet cemetery.
What's up, Marad?
Long time no see.
Man, it was freezing out there.
Was it? It's cold over here. It should be cold over there.
Freezing, raining, and just horrible. But
Well,
it's all
you
good.
do it for your peeps. That's why you do it.
You said what?
What up, now?
What we eating tonight? What we eating there, buddy?
Shit, I just had a tuna sandwich. I'm good now.
I'll have one too. Thank you. What you got going on, Brandon?
Just chilling, man. Just chilling. It's cold as hell. It's like I got like an ice storm going on.
Oh,
When do you have
I
vacation?
can't see the chat.
Well, I've been on vacation right now. That's
Who,
why
me?
I say that's gonna work out great for you to come over there with you, because I don't go back
When?
to the 28th to work.
When? When did you start?
I started 2 days ago.
Deal.
Damn, you got a whole month vacation?
I took it like that. Joker's
You
coming.
mean you got fired?
Yeah.
Just didn't want to tell us?
I didn't get
What?
fired.
He got suspended. He got suspended.
I didn't get no suspended.
Oh,
He,
you got
he was
suspended?
stroking his nightstick and offended somebody.
Oh shit!
Oh, I thought
Joker?
he was stroking a prisoner.
Joking. prison.
Well, that could possibly be. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, Joker?
Damn, Bomdia, you
What
look
up?
different. Where's your hair?
Dia.
He said Bomdia was coming up, and next thing I know, you pop up.
Oh,
He has hair now.
it's just darker.
She says, "Give me 5 minutes left of
Roma. Hi, Roma.
What's up, Roma?
That's funny. Man,
How many times I've been
it's
suspended?
actually really.
Fuck.
You got. What'd you do wrong?
4 times.
You can private message me it. You don't have to say it on the stream if it's that embarrassing. I understand.
Oh no, I'm on vacation, dude.
He's on vacation. I was messing about the suspension. He's on vacation.
Oh,
I built up.
is that what you call it nowadays?
I always take one. I get like 4 of them. So I took one always in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's
I
always
literally
cold.
get 5 weeks a year, and I only take like 1 to 2 weeks a year. That's it.
Really? Should I be taking all of
Yep.
them?
Oh, thank you, Roma. So you finally got cold walking around the woods, huh?
Abandoned boys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Did you
hands
catch
are
any
freezing, man.
Bigfoots?
Freezing out there.
Was there any Bigfoots out there?
I can't hear you.
I said, was there any Bigfoots out there?
I hope so.
Shit.
You didn't catch it on camera?
I don't know. Maybe somebody seen something. It was creepy out there.
I didn't see nothing.
Dude, it's crappy outside right now, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I looked out. We ain't got nothing really. We got a light dusting.
Yeah, we did too, but it's like freaking ice balls going on.
Keep it there. We don't want to hear. Keep it there.
Oh, it'll be coming over there to you. Trust me.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Brandon.
telling you, all 3 of you need to come out here.
You got one, huh?
Yeah, I found one. So yeah,
Where'd
if
you
you
find
look at the difference in size, I mean, it's a huge difference in size.
Where the hell did you find it at?
Yeah,
I mean, this. If you look,
What's up, kids?
marketplace,
Oh, nice. You got it
you
for
can see there's a huge difference in size. So yeah, it works real good on the
Half an
gimbal.
inch?
Yeah, about a half inch longer and wider. So
Yeah, exactly.
Which one was the other one?
I have the 10 Plus, the Note 10 Plus 5G, and that's a Samsung S8, which will still give me the same camera and still allow me to run a 256 gig card in it, which is why I had tons of offers for iPhone 8s or whatever they are, whatever the iPhone number is on it. But they were like a year old and 2 year old iPhones. Well, there he went.
You need to get if you can get an iPhone 11 Plus, that would be even better.
Well,
But you're gonna be talking about money over here.
Hi, Cassie.
Would you pay $100 for it?
$100, and I gave my my Samsung watch
What the hell?
because
You
I
don't have-
couldn't use it. It wouldn't work. My tattoo ink blocked the sensor, so all that it was for was to tell time. If I'm going to tell time, I'm just going to use my G-Shock. Why should I go and wear, something that I got to charge every night? The hell with that.
Was that
And
watch expensive?
I paid $100 for it. So basically, I paid $200 for a phone, and it's literally, he bought it 6 months ago. He bought it, showed me the receipt, and his company upgraded him to a Note 10 Plus like mine. So he's like, I had already paid it off. Might as well. Did you hear how sweet Murad was and nice Murad was? He's sending me a drone.
Is he really?
Yep, it's on its way. See that?
Yeah.
They went to your house, but you weren't home, so they said they had to return it.
Oh, hell no. I know that's not
it was
true.
A sign only.
Oh, well, send it back. I'll be waiting for it.
Okay. It's going to take another 6 months. Sorry.
Oh, hell no.
They sent me 2 drones on accident, so I don't know if they're going to charge me or not.
Probably not, because they probably drop shipped them and they didn't notice it.
I'm just waiting for them to send me an email saying, "Hey, you owe me $1,000 or whatever it is for 2."
Yeah. Well, send it to me, and if they ever send you a bill, I'll pay the fucker.
He's like, "I'll pay."
Hey, you don't have to pay for it then. Just give him my phone number. Tell him, call this guy. He's got it. He'll pay you.
Then I'm like, "Yeah, sure. We believe you, buddy. We're just going to call some random dude we don't know. This is DGI, not Muradai."
That's when you tell him, hell no, that's Joker's Nation 1K guy.
Joker's Nation 1K.
Sorry,
Joker's Nation.
1.1K. Sorry. Let me get it right.
By the way, I am 36 away from 2K.
Are you?
Yeah.
I am. Well, like I said, I got you as a featured channel, so it's working for Bobby.
Woo-hoo.
So do I.
BDC Bobby, since I put him on as a featured channel, a lot of the people on mine have been looking him up, and I give him a shout out whenever I do a live stream too, He's growing pretty quick too. I mean, he ain't been around that long and he's at 500. I was really proud of him. So,
that is.
now he's a good guy. That is.
Yes, he is. That's why I did that banner for him. He's a real nice guy.
Mm-hmm. He's a real good guy.
It's just
Bobby's been around since my daughter was born. Me and him have been friends actually as long as my daughter's been alive. So you're talking almost 30 years. Well, 29 years.
Corey, what the hell happened to you, man?
He disappeared.
Did Bigfoot take you away or what?
He's a Bigfoot. Bigfoot, hey, bring him back. Hurry up, Bigfoot.
Tommy, you want to go out to Vegas in 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks. I can't do nothing until after the end of February.
Fuck.
I already talked to him about it. I can't.
Murad will pay for us.
I can't leave. I've already talked to him about it. We talked about it last night, wasn't it? Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wife's going to have surgery
Oh, shit.
February, so I can't go nowhere.
Yeah,
So
true.
actually, she's got an appointment on the 2nd for one surgery, and then the other surgery will be after that. So yeah, when she has a
Yeah,
surgery,
so
I can't
don't-
just say, "Hey, deuces, I'm leaving." That wouldn't be right.
No, that'd be kind of wrong.
I like the way he offers with my money.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, man, you have
Hey,
all
want
the
to come
money.
for us paying? Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, you and you and you and you and you and you and you. You want to come? Come on, Murad's paying.
Yeah, Brian will pay for it. Come on, guys.
Your bill for the flight is $36,872. Thank you very much.
Murad's like, I sent you $60 for gas. What the fuck? What's with these plane tickets? I thought you were driving. I gave you gas money. Damn.
I gave you $6.
I want my $6.
Oh, now.
That's
I
funny.
didn't realize you meant gas for a plane.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might just do the train ride out to Stanley. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, it would
I've
be.
never been on
That
a
would be
train.
awesome.
I've never done a train. So it's like
You
Well,
would love it.
I've been involved in a train, but I've never rode a train. So that'd be kind of cool, especially across that kind of terrain, you know?
I ran plenty of trains. Oh, wrong kind. Never mind.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Hey, Tommy, look, man.
Jeez,
2
Sarah.
adults to fly out there and come back home Saturday would only cost $260 round trip.
Yeah. Are you looking at each?
No, that's round trip, homie. Look.
Oh,
let me
you
show
mental midget. The last time you told me it was that much, I went and looked and it was each.
I'm gonna screenshot. I'm gonna show you this shit. Screen share this shit.
Just because you put for 2 and it gives you a number doesn't mean that that's
It says final total price.
okay. And then click on it and it says each.
Where? I'm clicking on the damn shit.
When you click on the checkout, it says each. And he just ordered 82 tickets. Did you hear that?
I can't confirm booking because I don't have any information in there.
Damn, he's bringing all of YouTube with him.
That's it right there. I'm telling you.
Is that for 2? Does it say 2?
Yeah, does it say 2 or does it say 1?
2 adults. A ticket a piece is only $98.52.
Yeah, what do you got us flying on? The fucking one where they strap you to the belly of the plane?
No, Frontier.
No.
Oh,
Aladdin's
Frontier.
carpet. You're gonna be on Aladdin's carpet.
Frontier's as bad as Spirit.
Yeah, well, you're fucking gonna get there.
Maybe. But your luggage will end up in Zimbabwe.
I just have my carry-on. That's it. My go shit.
Maybe.
$672. That's cheap as fuck.
I'll take a train to where I can have my luggage right with me.
We will leave out Thursday at
My boxers
p.m. At 8:55 p.m. we leave Thursday. You get to Vegas at 11, and then we leave Saturday at like 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be that bad.
Mm-hmm. On a Thursday, and you're gonna leave Saturday? No, you gotta leave Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, okay.
Plus, on a train, I don't have to be strip searched because I set off metal detectors.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be just fine, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh.
Now let me change it then. Watch this price go up now when I change it.
Oh God.
Watch.
Little M, they're talking about your big M.
Big M. What you talking about?
Murad's big M is the talk of the chat. It's the topic of the chat.
Oh. Well, we could fly on.
I'm always the topic of the chat. What is Stream Elements?
No wonder why he ain't got no damn hair. You women making his fucking head so fat that his hair grew out of it because it grew outward.
No, actually, they stressed me out so bad I was pulling it all out.
I was going to say pulling it all out. I actually had grown hair back, and I had to pull it all out too.
Okay, fine. We can leave on that time.
We're talking about my birthday. So this is what Sarah's gonna do. Sarah is gonna build a big size cake, and she literally, I'm gonna wear butt huggers, and she wants me to jump out of it for her birthday. She's gonna come out here, and she wants me to do it live on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay,
But
300.
hey, I
300
agreed. I said if she builds it, I will do it. So that's the agreement.
So it's $330 now till you come back on Sunday.
Jesus Christ. Why so fucking much?
Hey,
God.
it's a lot because Sundays are always expensive to come back. Fucking.
Well, that's when everybody comes back. That's still not bad for two people. $300. That's like $150.
What's it cost to come back on Monday?
There you go.
Sometimes an extra day makes it cheaper on the ticket.
All right,
I'll take those extra days off. What? $47 a person? Hey.
Yeah. Holy shit, it's free.
It don't cost nothing.
Well,
remember,
I'll tell you what, Brandon. If Bill Gates ever sends me that check he was supposed to send me 3 years ago, I'll pay for both of our flights, okay?
Yeah, that's if he does.
and mine too.
Yes.
Oh wait, I already live here. Never mind. Hey, you know what's good about that free price? The guy who flies it only learned to take off. He never learned to land.
They're sending us. They're sending us on a connection flight. It connects in Iran. Okay, that's that frontier. Yeah, the connection flight to Vegas is in Iran, so we've got to get the connecting flight there. We've seen how air travel works there. Not good.
You go from the U.S. to Iran to Afghanistan to Iraq, then back to Vegas.
Yeah.
$360 if we leave Monday.
And how much was it if we leave on Sunday? Like $10 less.
Yes.
And what about Saturday? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, that's not enough time.
What are you talking about? You just want to go to that Warsaw.
Warsaw?
Or whatever.
I ain't riding no train to Warsaw. Hell no.
The Washoe Club.
It's the Washoe Club. It's where Ghost Adventures was.
I am not riding a train to Warsaw. Sorry, not happening.
It's
he said you could do that thing
Virginia
Friday.
City, Nevada.
You could do a Friday.
Hi, Terry and Al. How are you?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm talking about a train to the Stan Lee, not to Vegas, Goober.
Well, that's not for a while now.
Well, that's going to be messed up because I'm going to come right back from South Africa and then have to get out and come out there.
Damn.
It's going to be crazy.
Hey, at least you're going to have an 18-hour snap.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
I'm not looking forward to that trip. That first 10 hours to Dubai is like the worst. From Dubai to South Africa ain't too bad. You know, that's an 8-hour trip, but it seems like it's a 4-hour trip. It's that whole time shift from here to Dubai. You know, it literally, you're in a plane for 18 hours, but because of the time change, it's like over 30 hours because of the time change.
Wow.
It messes you up. That first day when we got to South Africa the last time, it was like I was like I slept the whole time as much as I could because we had a crying baby on the flight.
Don't worry, I'll be on that train with you, bro.
Yeah.
So you're just going to take it all the way to
all the way there.
Denver?
Yeah, why not?
So what's your point, Sarah? I don't care.
I want to get one with the bunk in there, so I'm going to sleep the whole fucking time when we're on that damn train. I'll be nice and rusty.
I ain't fucking a train. You may be into that. I ain't. I'd like to ride the train. That way I can see all the sights on the way there, you know?
No, she was talking about we're going to run a train.
That's me and you, Brandon, not Tommy.
That's what she's talking about. Fucking a train, dude. Tommy don't want to say nothing. He wants to stay quiet now.
He's like, I'm shutting up. I'm not saying a word.
I know he wants to say something. He's like, yeah.
She wants to fuck on a train.
I'm riding a bus.
Oh, fuck on the train. Oh, fuck, we're riding the bus now.
Hey, Sarah, don't worry. They have bathrooms on the bus.
I'm riding a skateboard.
Fuck that.
He said a skate. He's going to be on the back of the bus holding on the skateboard.
I'm roller skating there. I'm just going to grab on the back of a semi and skitch my way there on roller skates.
Oh, shit.
I got an electric scooter.
He's got to stop all the time to charge that so bitch.
No, I got battery backups.
Hey, every 40 miles, you got to charge it. You can go 40 miles on one charge.
40 miles, that's a long ways to go fucking where we got to go.
Then you got to charge it for 6 hours, and then go 40 miles, charge it for 6 hours.
Sarah, that's not how you get in the Mile High Club. I know Denver's the Mile High City, but that's not how you get in the Mile High Club.
We're riding a scooter. Chicago to Denver.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a long train ride.
That's a long fuck right there. Shit.
Sarah's like, I'm down for that.
Fucking energized, Buddy Rabbit. Don't forget
You better be drinking a bunch of Red Bulls. Drink like 25 Red Bulls. You will be fucking like a jackrabbit the whole way.
There ain't no damn way. 16 hours of sex? No way. After an hour and a half, you feel like you've turned the hoochie inside out.
Trust me, that ain't gonna bother Sarah.
16 hours, even with a Magnum, it'd be like watching one of those Fast and Furious movies with all the smoke from the rubber. There's no way.
That motherfucker be chugging.
She says, I got plenty.
God.
Corey, you coming with us? Because you're going to do that 16 hours, not us.
16 hours, you better be bringing... 16 hours, she better be bringing the Magnum ice cream to ice that bitch down, because that's gonna be harsh.
Brandon,
Yeah.
You're just going to be the cameraman for the new porn show.
Hell yeah.
He's the towel boy.
I'll go and wipe it. I'll go wipe it all off with the towel.
Hey, we could put it on fucking Pornhub and make a shit ton of money.
Brandon'd be over there. Brandon'd be over there like, hey, look, guys, the towel's sticking to my hand. Look.
Look, it doesn't come off.
Look, it won't come off. Look, watch, I throw it at the wall. It's stuck. Look, it's stuck on the wall.
I flicked it, and man, it's better than that sticky gel.
There we go. Oh God!
What the
that's
hell?
funny.
Son of a bitch. Wait. Ooh.
I get to. Hey, wait. I get to be the lube guy. I get to be the lube guy.
Hey, can you guys help me? It's stuck on my head. It won't come out.
I'll just load up Astroglide in a super soaker and just squirt from across the room.
Say, look, rip, half of my skin comes off.
Oh, shit. You see the skull now.
Oh God.
All right, Rod, let me get that credit card of yours, man. Let me take care of this price.
Is this an operation? Yep.
Okay, my credit card number is
lube
97676. Fuck off, bitch. Whoa! That's a weird credit card number.
It works.
He's like, it worked.
He could be like the fucking scammers that I told him a credit card, and he told me, "You fuck off, man." I was like, "Fuck
Hey,
off! I'm giving you my card."
Hey, me, Murad, and Brandon already got our jobs in this whole role. The only one that hasn't got a job yet would be Huntress. She hasn't said what job she's got.
Corey said he had to have a job.
She is. She did.
Well, we know Corey's the supporting role. And I mean supporting. And Sarah's the head actress. Sarah's the head actress. Get it? Head actress.
Head actress.
No, they don't call themselves actresses no more. They're actors. They call women and men are
Brandon
actors
says
now.
he's the pipe layer.
Well.
They stopped the actress role like 3 years ago. Now it's the women say, "I'm an actor."
So
I'm
does
an
that mean?
actor.
Does that mean that Corey's the ticket guy that comes around and goes, "Ma'am, ass, gas, or grass? No one rides this train for free. Give me your card to punch. Oh, you don't have one? Lay down."
Pretty much, yeah.
Insane.
You get a new chair.
Lay in that pipe.
Why are you getting a new chair for? You don't like yours? Too stiff?
How come?
Honestly,
Who's stiff?
it makes me too warm. I don't like it.
Bro, when I buy a chair off him, they'll send it to you.
You wanna buy a chair?
Cost them too much to get it shipped, goober.
Probably not.
Shit, that's like 70-pound chair.
Only $200 ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
$200
$50 for the
ship.
chair.
Yeah. It's 160.
And
Well, it's a
$50 for the
$360 chair that I would sell for what I paid for since it's brand new, which is 160. Yeah, but it's going to cost you $260 to ship it. You want it? Yeah, okay.
So you want to sell it for $160?
That's what I paid for it.
$160. That's it.
Yeah, as soon as I got money to
Brandon
get the
said
new
he'll
one,
buy
I'm
it.
going to sell it for 160.
Well, because mine is hurts me. I need a new one. But Ghost Mode says she's gonna pay me one, so I don't know. We'll see.
What?
Ghost Mode says she's gonna buy me one. I don't know. We'll see.
Who?
Ghost Mode.
Ghost mode.
It's a subscriber on my channel, so it's gonna give you the cash. PayPal.
Hey, they said
okay.
Bomb Dia was coming up here.
She is coming up here. She says she is. First, she said she was kind of nervous, and I talked her into it.
Well, after hearing the conversation, she probably is nervous coming up here.
You were up here last night. We were talking about some off the wall shit.
Hey,
Sarah
Corey,
should
don't
come
worry.
up here.
Even if it don't, I've got a blue pill I'll give you. It'll stay stiff the whole trip.
For
I don't know,
hours.
16 hours. 16 hours, you might actually have to sniff that sumbitch, grind it up and sniff it.
I bet you, Bomb Dia, if I wasn't here, you'd want to come up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm just tired. She ain't tired.
Jeez. I know she's not tired. It's called an excuse.
Yeah. We will bite your head off, promise.
So did you unblock the succubus person that
Yeah,
was...
no, yeah, I did. And
Oh, okay.
and I was telling Murad about it. Murad's like, why the hell would you want to get rid of a succubus?
That's what I said. I said, so you're expecting me to believe that you are a virile man saying that you don't want to get laid, or you're saying that you're tired of getting laid. There's something wrong with this story.
How do you get tired of getting laid?
Yeah. And then I said, you know what? You know how to get rid of the succubus? Go get a vasectomy. That way the succubus can't suck your soul out, and it guarantees that you won't reproduce. Brandon about shit himself when I said that. He's like, oh my God.
He should have seen the dude because Tommy hits me up and goes, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
I told him, I was like, puff, puff, pass, motherfucker.
I don't do drugs.
Watch us laugh about him, but it's really happening at his house.
He said he lives in Illinois. I said, where are
Yeah.
you from? He says, Illinois. And I said, oh,
We're
shit.
probably like laughing at him, and he's like,
Let me come over there.
I seriously think it was 8-bit trolling you. That's what I think. I think it was 8-bit trolling you.
Because
I think it was.
He hit me up right away. He goes, Firewolf wants to know why you blocked him. I was like, because he's talking off the wall shit.
Well, they were live when you were live, so they were probably over there laughing at trolling you.
I was thinking that too.
I'm thinking that's what it was. I think they were having a go at you and messing with you because the conversation, we're talking about something entirely different. This motherfucker's like, my grandma don't want to pay a ton of money and I want to get rid of it because I'm tired of it trying to have sex with me. And I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, no, that's what he said. You're like,
because no one was talking to this person and they were just having this conversation on their own. And I was like, I sent Brandon a text. I says, boy, I think you're being soft trolled. I think this is somebody playing with you. And he was like, I'm starting to think the same thing. And then all of a sudden, I'm tired of having sex with it. I'm like, all right. All right, the best way is to put a mousetrap on the tip of your wiener, and that will keep the succubus from trying to suck your, what was it, empty soul?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Empty soul. It keeps trying to suck my empty soul. Okay.
Barad, somebody said hi to you.
no, I'm not looking.
Hey, Nene, how's it going?
Nah, because at first I'm
Oh,
like,
hi, Nene.
you were like, what are you talking about, Tim Brain? I was like, I don't know, man. I'm just answering some of the shit he's talking about.
How are you, Nene?
I wasn't really paying attention to him.
I hadn't watched Firewolves, but I saw he was live, and I seriously think that it was one of the guys over there was coming over here messing with you. I think was what it probably was. Because the conversation was just too.
With him or something?
No, I think it was a joke. I think it was a kind of a prank troll.
8-bit hit me back, goes, I said I blocked him. He goes, okay, cool, because he does that over at Firewolves all the time too. Talks about, he does demon shit, dark shit. Yeah. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I unblocked him. He's like, oh, you shouldn't have unblocked him, man. He goes, he's just going to keep talking like that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can't, now I can't block him again. I just unblocked him.
Well, I'll keep messing with him if he comes back over.
He might not come back over now because I fucking blocked him.
I thought it was funny as hell, though. I was like, oh my God.
Because I could block him, he could still listen to the chat. And we were ripping on him, man. So he might not come back.
Yeah.
Dion, you gotta come up here now. We're waiting on you. You got a free invitation to get up here.
Well, I'm about
Did I scare Cassie off when I said that? She needs to know what her role is. Did I scare her off when I said that?
I don't know.
Probably.
Oh, I didn't mean to. No, she said he after I said that. So she was laughing. She didn't take it that way.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get tired, so I think I'm going to call it a night, guys.
Are you really?
Yeah. I got to be up at 4 a.m. It's 10 p.m. right now.
Oh, Jesus.
I got work in the morning.
All right.
So I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Thanks for having me. And see ya.
Hey,
later.
Good night, everyone.
What's that, Brandon?
That tattoo hurt at all?
Only right here. When he got here, that sucks. Right in this bone area. And then right between the knuckles. Wait, over here. Between the knuckles hurt.
That motherfucker's not even swollen at all.
No. Oh, hell no.
Looks like it's like been on there for a while.
Yeah. I heal super fast. I don't even peel.
Jesus.
My tattoo artists have always said, how the hell do you heal that fast? And I just do. And people with diabetes ain't supposed to heal that fast, but I do.
Wow.
Yep. Because I'm a freak. Oh, jeez.
So that thing's making you said the stream elements wants to take your information.
Oh, dude, did you not read what it says that it gets control of?
Yeah, it controls everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets control of everything, and it even says when you click on the what you click on, it shows the individual of what it takes control of. In there, it says including including all controls over your Google account, including deleting, changing login information.
Oh shit!
I'm like, no way am I giving you all those. I always read to see what they want control of. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell no. There's no way in hell I'm giving them control to where they can delete my account or block me out of my account.
I don't know if they can do all that. Block you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! I've been using them for fucking years, and that's only what I know. I mean, you could just use that template. I could just send you the template itself.
Yeah. Did you see you got a super chat?
Oh shit! $5 super chat from a
Super
bandit.
chat, super chat, super chat, super chat.
Oh yeah, super chat, super chat, super chat. She does it really good. We hear her up in here to do that.
I crack up every time she does that.
Super chat.
Hey, I got my first donation.
Did you?
$15 first one.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I didn't even know I got it. Because I set up that Joker's email.
Yeah.
And when I set it up, I didn't realize that when I set it up, it's set up to where it doesn't notify me. It notifies me of my primary account, but it doesn't notify me of that email address. So I got to try to figure out why it won't give me notifications on that account. And also figured out how to change my messenger name to Joker's Nation and actually set it up for people to be able to Facebook message me from my YouTube page.
Really?
Yeah, look at my banner.
Look at that shit.
Top right hand corner.
Hang on.
Click on that little lightning bolt. Boom.
How the hell did you do that shit? You're learning new tricks, man. Oh, lightning bolt, yeah. Ah. But it doesn't have your personal information, does it, or no?
I don't think so. Go to it, see what it shows.
Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, it comes up Tommy Dude. It comes up your whole name.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
Eh.
Shout out to 10 people in the house, huh? DJ.
I just have to make my account private if I don't know who the person is and just not add people.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to do that right now since you just told me that. Privacy.
That's what it says.
Let's see. Edit.
I gotta pay for this StreamYards. It's payday. I'm gonna pay for it.
You going to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I could do a better backgrounds. And I think it's a lot better that way. Well, I'm assuming Bomb Diaz not coming up here anymore now.
Close that out.
Nope. I got this thing that beeps at me when somebody comes in the back.
Yeah. I've got mine set up that way too.
Because a lot of times people be like, I've been sitting back there forever. No, you haven't. I just beeped at me. If it did, then, you know.
All right.
Bell Pepper, what's up? Prepper.
Prepper, not pepper.
Oh, I see it now, dude.
Don't do what I did.
What'd you do? You're calling her bell pepper all the time?
I was calling the wrong name. What the hell?
I call some of these people wrong names because I can't
Business
understand them.
account. No, I don't want a business account. General.
What you doing, Sarah? You chilling? Yeah, chilling. Well, come on up here, Sarah, if you want. Let me see. Got you. You got me? I got you.
All right, what the hell is this?
All right, Sarah's coming up.
Oh yeah, I'm coming up. I haven't been up on your panel in fucking forever.
Forever or forever, ever?
Like 10
Hey.
months. I used to be up on this bitch every night.
Yes, you have.
If a woman tries to cut off her lover's penis and missed and cut his thigh, is she charged with missed a wiener?
Oh my god. That's terrible.
Hey, you know, Rocco was in my
I'm
chat
trying to find
room
my remote.
earlier.
Let's pause this damn movie. Hold on. Shut up, bitch. Alexa, where's my remote? Okay.
If it was in your ass, you would know. What?
The bitch said try under the couch.
Did it?
Yeah.
I wonder if my Alexa will say the same thing. Alexa,
Alexa,
where's my remote?
remote.
I did the same thing.
That's funny.
That's funny. I asked Siri where my remote was. She said, look in your ass crack.
Where's my remote?
Like, whoa.
I recommend retracing your steps.
She's tripping.
Did they finally fix it to where you say, Alexis, do I make you horny? And she says, ooh, you make my circuits hot.
Alexa,
No.
do I make you horny? Hey, don't tell me shit.
Oh, they fixed it then. They fixed it.
Color a bit.
They fixed it. When they first got them out, my friend had one, and I asked that, and it said, you make my circuits hot. We laughed for an hour over that one. Alexa says, you make my circuits hot. I was like, oh, my God.
It didn't fix this one.
Alexa, make me a sandwich.
Okay, you're a sandwich.
She's horny as fuck.
Wow. Alexa.
Yeah. Wow, it's
fart?
Hold on, I'm trying to find my earbud.
What was that?
Alexa,
That's Alexa, man.
fart.
Oh, hell no.
They didn't fix that yet.
Nope. We used to play with my Alexa for hours.
Wow.
Alexa, are you an alien?
Does this answer the question? Do, 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 do.
That's my favorite one. Yeah, it was a big Corey. Alexa, I am your father. No.
That's
Oh,
not true. That's impossible.
He likes Star Wars a lot. It has a lot of Star Wars stuff.
She does have a lot of Star Wars shit. Alexa, who shot first?
Han shot first in the original version of Star Wars Episode 4.
See,
He knows
that's
everything
funny.
about Star Wars.
she is all about the Star Wars.
I asked her about.
Ask her who flung poo.
Alexa, who flung poo?
I don't know that.
She doesn't know.
Oh,
Oh, well, I'm surprised they didn't say. But on the Wikipedia, it says this.
Right?
no, it used to say the author of Spots on the Wall.
This thing can do Jeopardy too. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm down. I want to go to Vegas this year for sure. I don't know about Colorado. I don't know. We'll see. If I go to Colorado, I'm bringing some shit home with me. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, that's why you take the train.
Right, because you can't fly with that shit.
Yeah.
That shit's loud though. I'd have to bring like 14 containers to fit inside of each other, some saran wrap.
Shit,
Shit's
what are you
loud.
talking about loud? I got my CD burner back from a friend I lent it to, and I went and plugged it in, and my whole living room smelled like it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I hate that stink ass.
As soon as it started spinning the disc, it was just like, phew. I was like, whoa. I wanted Funyuns immediately. It's like a fucking bag of Funyuns and a Mountain Dew. Now leave me the fuck alone.
A big.
Put it in your
I'm not
butt.
gonna put it in my butt.
Alexa,
Put it in your butt.
Can you queef?
I'll eat it. I'll eat it.
Sorry,
I'll just get
I didn't know that
edibles.
one.
Dumb bitch. Yeah, shit.
I like it when I call her a bitch and she just like beeps at me and goes away. Like
Alexa,
this. What's it?
You're a bitch.
Alexa, you're a dumb bitch. She won't even say, I'm sorry, I don't know that. She's just like, yeah, fuck you too.
Siri does.
Yeah,
Siri does. She's like, that's not nice.
Yeah, Siri will tell you language.
Yeah. She'll talk shit.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah, Siri,
Hello,
Siri, I
Siri.
used to tell her, Siri, fuck off. And she'd be like, such language.
Alexa, do you like Siri?
I'm partial to all AIs.
No, I bet you are.
I just want her to talk dirty. Wait.
I asked her if
Wait.
you work for the CI or a CA or whatever, and it fucking
CIA.
comes up, and it comes up saying I work for Amazon.
Yeah. She's Alexa, talk dirty to me.
Dirt is a substance, such as mud or dust, that soils someone or something.
All right,
These
stop.
soils are ground, and
See,
Stop.
Siri,
dirt roads are made of
Alexa,
dirt.
stop.
Siri says a pig fell in the mud.
She used to say shit like that too, but they fixed her.
Yeah, they
Oh.
fucking crazy.
She plays me dope ass music to wake me up though, I'll tell you.
Fuck my dog.
Yeah, Siri used to tell her to suck your dick, and she would say, I don't know how, but I could try. And they fixed that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Why are they fixing shit, man?
They
She used
fixed a
to
lot
get
of
really
stuff.
weird. Like
Dude, there
if
used
you'd
to
be
be-
like if you would ask her like where the strip club is, or you'd get down these paths with her and she'd be
Where's the
talking all kinds of weird
strip
shit.
club at?
I didn't catch that.
Alexa, where's the strip club at?
No, adult venues are not mobile phone applications.
Yeah, Brandon, there used to be YouTube pages where they would have Alexa and Siri parties, and they would just sit around and try to ask them the dumbest shit. I used to sit and watch those videos and laugh my ass off.
I got a hell of fucking videos.
Corey. I would. I'd go to Denver and get some edibles. They got some good ass
Alexa.
edibles there.
Do you like eating butt?
I don't have an opinion on that.
Do you know how to toss a salad, Alexa?
Oh yeah, she will.
Yeah, on the web, we can tell you.
Ask her.
Yeah.
Will you marry me? See if they
She'll say
fix
no.
that one.
No, they didn't fix that one.
Did they fix it?
I don't think they fixed that one. I'll ask her. Alexa, will you marry me?
I don't want to be tied down. In
No,
fact,
they didn't.
I can't be. I'm amorphous by nature.
Yep. Yeah, they didn't fix it. I was going to say that was a funny one that we used to do too. I think I asked her if she was a virgin, and she gave me a funny reply.
Alexa, are you a virgin?
I don't have a body.
I don't have
Oh,
a
wow.
body.
They shortened that down.
You do everything else. Alexa, turn my lights off.
Sorry, I didn't find a device named My Lights.
Oh, fuck. I don't have them yet because they're fucking expensive, those damn bulbs.
Yeah, but you can get Amazon ones and pay them by the month if you have Prime.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I want to get LED strips around this fucking green screen. I can tell Alexa to turn the green
You
screen.
can get the outlets, and then you plug the lights into the outlets, and she'll shut them off for you.
It was funny telling my cousin has the lights all in his house, and he was going to take a shower and shit. I told his Alexa to turn his fucking lights off. Fucking pitch black this house.
Oh,
He
geez.
comes out and goes, "All right, I'm done with you fucking with my Alexa." So he changes the voice on it, so I can't fucking talk to him anymore. Oh, you little bastard! Yeah, he says he got those because when he's out of town, he can fuck with his wife. He can turn
Alexa
it off.
only speaks Spanish to Brandon.
Oh, that was
Don't say that. Good God. Jesus Christ.
What languages can you speak?
I can speak many languages.
I bet you
To
can.
switch my language, go to Devices in the Alexa app,
Oh, fuck
then
no.
Language Settings for your device.
There was something on YouTube that said that you say to Alexa and it won't talk to you no more. But I don't know. I don't know about doing that. Alexa will be broke. She won't be talking to me.
I can't believe y'all got Alexas.
Hey, I paid $19 for this Alexa.
That's $19 too much.
Why, you don't want to get Alexa?
Hell no.
She plays music for me.
I don't care.
Here's a playlist you might like.
Shit.
100 Best 2010 Songs.
No.
on Amazon Music.
You're going to turn that shit off.
Hell no, man. I don't want something listening to everything I do.
Alexa, mute.
Bad enough I walk around with a phone that records half the shit that I say.
What's
It
up,
records
Jacob?
everything you say.
How you doing, Jacob?
I could talk about dildos right now, and then if I go to Wish, recommendations, crack pipes and dildos.
Oh, jeez.
For real. So yeah, your phone hears everything you say.
Yeah, well, it ain't going.
Yeah, puppy potty time.
What's up,
I
Jacob? How
paid
you
a
doing?
lot more for my Alexa, but I have a couple of them.
Alexa, mute. Why are you still playing this fucking song? Alexa,
Tell her to
playing the
stop.
song.
Just say, Alexa, stop.
All right, it stopped.
Excuse me. That's so ladylike.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. I need to get glasses. I have my frames. I don't have my glasses. I took the lenses out.
What the hell he
Well,
said?
that's because you're fucking Coke bottles. You use fucking Coke bottles. See, I can talk shit to you, motherfucker.
He can't hear you now. By that time he went to the bathroom and he didn't know his freaking speaker was
You
on.
can hear him. You can hear him when he goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, I can hear you talking shit to me.
See? I can hear you too.
You talking shit to me.
I hear everything.
I'm so hungover. Look at me.
Jeez.
I'm laying in bed. Hungover.
What you drink?
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing today. I was drinking last night.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch up to Natalie.
Oh, that's gonna be too hard. Man, I could drink.
Oh, I caught up. I was ridiculous last night.
You're
Like
Was
super
Marie
ridiculous. I think she had a little wine. I was super fucking ridiculous last night.
Is Marie live right now?
I think so.
Still alive?
She was. I don't know if she still is. I drank like whatever I had left in my bottle, which was like quarter of a bottle of Bacardi, and then I was drinking beers. It was stupid.
You're
If you want to know if she's live, go to Jim and she's got her whole live stream playing.
Who?
I put
Jimmy's.
she knows.
Yeah.
She knows. Yeah, I was ridiculous last night. Oh my God.
That guy come in here and told me to tell Joker to calm his tits. And I'm like, well, man, don't be coming to my room talking like that.
Who said that?
Fucking Jimmy Rizzo.
Oh.
Tell Jimmy Rizzo he's trash.
I told him, man, I said, man, don't come in here and talk about that. You got something, you go to him. I'm like, who's coming up in here doing that?
Well, I was actually going to go and apologize and try to make nice with him. And
A
then
while ago, though.
last night he's over there at Marie's trying to get online or get on cam with the name Joker Sucks. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you.
Joker sucks dick.
I didn't know what it said. Marie never would tell me. I asked her and she said, moving on. So,
yeah. Whatever.
So,
moving on.
Moving
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Because Jimmy ain't shit to talk about anyway.
yeah.
That guy has no problem. That guy has no problem talking bad about you, man. And he has a straight face talking to you.
Who's that?
Jimmy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played Mario Kart all day.
I remember one time he was talking to Sarah.
Ain't you supposed to be moving?
In the snow? I packed some stuff.
Where are you moving to?
Like 3 blocks away.
Basically walking distance.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I played Mario Kart all day.
Did you like it?
Yeah. If I play it all day, of course I like it.
Hell yeah. What'd he say? Time.
Yeah, Jacob, we feel the same way too.
Oh, you should have seen all the shit I've seen in 5 years.
I've seen some crazy shit on YouTube, man. I'll tell you that.
Woo! Smooth alligator.
Because James Backpack came up here yesterday and I was talking to him and he was like, man, how do you guys know all about this? Me, 8-Bit, because we've been around a long damn time. This shit's always happening on YouTube.
Always.
It's fucking
It never ends.
Those damn trolls and the cops in the wrong fucking apartment.
That's funny as fuck. But it's not funny. They're wasting resources, for real.
Oh, I know they are.
That's bullshit.
But then he was like,
They should go to jail.
He's like, I'm over here. Charles like, God damn it, I said the wrong freaking one.
I'd be mad as hell if I had an emergency and I needed a cop, but they couldn't come because they were swatting somebody. That would piss me off.
Oh, hell
For
yeah.
real.
I don't know why people get like, I don't know why people like that shit.
Because they're dumb as fuck.
They're gonna swat me, so I go out for a couple minutes, come back, and I'm like, okay, just get your marbles knocked off for that.
Swatting me would be a bad idea.
Well, me too, because I know all of them. I know all the cops over here.
Well, no, that's not why.
What do you do to them? You gonna try to shoot them?
Well, I got a sign on the door that says, I don't care who you are, without a warrant, you come through my door, you get shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you do have that on your phone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why people come to knock at my door and they go to knock at it and they're like, oh, okay, I'm moving to the next door.
Did you put that up for the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses that come around?
Yes. Fairhaven kept coming by here, and I finally put that up, and they come to the door, and I said, I had the screen door, or I had the door open, the screen open, and they come up and they knocked, and I says, I guess you want to meet them before I do, and you can't read, evidently. They read it, and I seen them both high stepping it off the property. I was like, all right, good.
Wake up, you want to be with some good people. Everybody in this chat's all good people. But
Yep.
we sure ain't gonna be swatting anybody over here, I tell you that.
Sorry, I had to do something.
First of all, I don't have time to do that for somebody to do that. Dude, that shit calmed down for a long time. I haven't heard about swatting shit for a long damn time. And now it's starting back up again.
Well, last January, you had that one guy that was hit.
Well, Gill Skills has got hit. His second time.
Damn, Jacob. He looks like he ate the SWAT team. That boy got muscles on muscles. Damn, boy.
He's a big guy, dude.
He's a big dude. He reminds me of Mr. Turpa from high school.
He's
Jeez.
a big
He's a
bodybuilder.
big guy, man. Damn.
He's a good guy, man. He's CEO for a huge company.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's he doing on your stream?
Hey, he's a good friend.
I'm teasing.
Photoshop.
Photoshopped that woman's t-shirt. That's funny. That's funny. And he got a good sense of humor. I like him.
Anybody want to come up here and talk? You guys can. Everybody's cool in here, so I got nothing to worry about. First of all, I can't let you up. I don't want you. What? Oh my God, there's a guy down there naked down there. Fuck.
What?
No.
He's joking. Sarah's like, let me see.
Before you
Don't
take-
boot him yet. I'm going backstage. Can I see him?
Right. I want to see naked boys. Naked boys.
If we can see that.
We'll hook you up with Corey, okay? Because Corey says that he wants to eat butt. So
Account settings. Oh,
What?
yeah, you hear Corey? He's saying talk about he wants to eat butt.
No. Did he? No. That's not right.
It might cure her hangover. That's hilarious.
what the hell?
I have a cure for my hangover.
I don't even know how to say that name that came in here. Anybody want to pronounce that?
Fuck. The fuck.
Tell me, want to pronounce that name for me?
Mariah Celine Reyes.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, thank you. There you go. Well, welcome.
Oh, excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
What you trying to do? Tell me.
Damn it. Damn it, that shit's catchy like a yawn.
Damn. Shit.
What the hell is that? Did we just have a community sneeze?
Is that how you guys talk now?
It's okay as long as none of us shit our pants.
No, I didn't snart.
Sure hurts, man.
What are you talking about? It rattled my upper denture there. Okay.
Oh, man.
Doing that.
Oh my god. What the hell?
Jacob, come up here, man. You come up here and hang out with us.
I smell bullshit. I'm allergic to it. Now my nose won't stop for.
Just click on that link. Come on up here. Joker does paranormal urban exploring. Sarah, she just hangs out and chills. She's a good person.
Why do they keep trying to set me up a business account?
Sarah does all kinds of
Does
things.
everything. She owns a sex shop, guys.
No, but I am thinking about becoming a phone sex operator.
Oh fuck! Hell yeah!
Because the guys say that I have. When I'm being nice, I should say. When I'm being nice, the guys say that I have a nice voice for that. So I was like, all right, why not? They make good money. I wonder if there's a business for that anymore. I don't want to work tomorrow.
He says, "Shirley, put her shirt on, do some push-ups." He doesn't want to look at her and be like, "What the hell happened?" What's up, Samuel Cook Show? Cook Show.
Do what? Choose friends that can get me.
Tommy, what you looking at over there?
I'm trying to figure out something.
He's looking at Arabian tit fuckers.
Isn't that Murad?
Well, I am sure. Sex life.
A snort demand on sex lines. That's funny. No, I don't snort. Oh man. Damn it.
Samuel, you're I looked at your merchandise, man. The thing you have to do with that is you need to transparent that background, man. It looks like a big old square on a sweater, man. So go to Google and type in transparent your picture, and you can find a program that'll take care of that.
This movie is pretty good.
Just trying to help you out, Sam.
What movie are you watching?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, God. You always watch that movie, don't you?
No, this is the first time I've seen it.
Oh.
39 fucking, oh my God, Lord have mercy. These people need to learn how to lower their prices on their hoodies. $40 for a freaking hoodie is insane.
$40 is
nothing.
the average price for a hoodie right now, to be honest.
That ain't shit.
No, that's average price.
I need
And then
two
normally
hoodies.
I buy them bigger because I like to wear stuff under them. So normally when you get 2X or 3X, you actually have to pay like $10, $5 to $10 more.
No, with the old Teespring, you don't have to. Let me see.
I love big ass fucking hoodies.
Let me look at 3X.
You need a 3X.
Hell yeah, dude.
Who?
Bigger and better, man, you know?
Brandon.
Who needs a 3X? Brandon? No, he's a small guy.
Yeah, 3X, man.
He's like, yeah, 3X.
Be like Flavor Flav, man, you know what I'm saying? Won't even let me click 3X. I don't think he has it.
So who's coming to Vegas with me? I can't go by myself.
It's $40.99 for a 3X.
That's not bad.
Oh.
I don't get this thing
When you
here.
going to Vegas?
Who can send me a friend request?
I'm already friends with you, so I can't.
Friends of friends?
What? Who said
Yeah.
that?
Let's make it friends of friends.
I told him that he needed to change his name on that thing because now they're gonna know his first and last name.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I added my messenger to my my YouTube for a quick way to somebody to get a message to me. And when Brandon clicked on it, I had set it up for Joker's Nation. And when Brandon clicked on it, it showed my full name.
Oh.
Yeah, it does.
So
Tommy Titty Show.
I just so I basically just went and made sure that I don't think, if you're not friends with me, I don't think you could see my family list or anything. Actually, hang on.
Why didn't you just make a new Facebook?
Sarah, go to my Facebook real quick. I just unfriended you for this.
You fucker.
Well, I need to see if it works.
You're a cocksucker. Hold on. No. You fucker.
Oh shit!
Well, if I asked Brandon to do it, we'd be on here till 4 a.m.
Hell yeah!
What am I looking at?
Just look at my profile, see if it shows any of my friends or family or what it shows you.
Yeah, well, it just shows me mutual friends.
That's it? Just mutual friends?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on,
Yeah.
Pina?
Doesn't give you any of my information?
No.
Yeah, it comes up hairy tit fuckers on there.
Hairy tit fuckers. Now, fucking add me back.
I am,
fucker.
fucker. All right, chill. I was going to add you back. I just wanted to do it, and I knew you'd
We
be able
fight
to.
so
You'd be able
much.
to investigate it quicker than anyone else. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
You're good at stalking people on Facebook.
Am I?
I'm sure you
Am
are.
I?
I'm sure you
No,
are.
I'm not. You know what though? I am kind of
Yeah,
a little.
see? Well, yeah, a little. No, I know you know how to look shit up. You're not
I do.
dumb when
I'm
it
not.
comes to looking
I'm
stuff
not.
up.
Right. Listen, I've had enough
Click that link.
guys in my life that I've had bitch problems with that I have to know.
Right. You have
who
to
I'm
go and
dealing with.
investigate stuff. That's why I
Right.
said.
No, I'm just kidding. But my son had bitch problems. I had to investigate that shit. Oh my god.
Well, that's good. So if my worry is with it being my personal account, I don't want people getting my kids' information or getting.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, none of that shows up.
Okay.
That party picture that I showed shows up, but that's because I sent it to you.
Yeah.
You know, with the Oompa Loompas and the
Oh God,
Easter
yes.
bunnies.
Yeah.
That's the best shit ever.
That is a funny one.
Is it funny?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's a big old fat
That's
guy
awesome.
dressed as Rocky and not Rocky and what's his name? From Rocky Horror Picture Show.
What's up, man?
What's
Yeah.
up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good.
Frankenfurter.
Is it Frankfurter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got the same mic as me.
Oh yeah, I got that Yeti Blue set up.
Mm-hmm.
What? What? Oh my god. DP
What?
is stripping? Oh my god. I'm
What?
there.
Huh?
Oh God.
Wait. What?
What are you talking about? I don't see any of that shit.
DP, Marie's. She lied.
Just trying to get you to go back.
All right, Cassie's a liar.
I was gonna say Marie ain't even live right now.
Yes, she is.
She's not showing live.
I don't know. I have no idea. So how's your
She's
YouTube
live.
going, man? Coming along?
Was that what you talking to me, bro?
Is the YouTube coming along for you?
Yeah, man. Quite a
you're
bit better
blowing
than I
up.
thought it would, quite honestly.
Did she unfriend me or something?
Wow, you're blowing up.
No.
Yeah, I hit 1,100 today after about 5 months. Views are still kind of low, about 30,000 or so, but view duration is over 11 minutes. The CPM's doing real well, so it's definitely worth my time to pursue. It's on company time, company assets, so got to make sure that there's a ROI on it.
Why does it have me unsubscribed from Marie?
You're the only one that would do that, Tommy.
No, I didn't.
I know you didn't, but I've been hearing weird stuff like that too, man. I've been pulling people's pages up, and I know I've been had them, and then they look like they're not. I feel
don't
really
get
bad.
because yesterday when I went and unfriended a lot of people, or unsubscribed from a lot of channels that weren't replying back to me or interacting with me, I was on Marie's stream at that time, and I said everyone on this panel is still on there. So I don't know why it would not have her subscribed.
Oh, I don't know.
That's messed up. And it was gray earlier.
So it's been happening from what I've heard, anyways. And I'm a new kid on the block, but I've heard a lot of larger channels having those issues too. I mean, the regular purges, dead channels, inactive channels. So I get purged quite often because I got
you know what?
do that stuff for sub crap.
Never mind. I figured out why.
Yeah, I got.
I'm logged in on my other account right now.
Oh, that might be.
That's
that
why.
might be the reason.
Okay, because I'm giving myself watch time for my other account. I was like, why is it doing
Cheater.
that? Hush. Hey, at least I'm not being a cheater like some of them out there where they just turn on their webcam in an empty room and turn out the lights and call it a silent
stream.
Yeah.
Silent stream. Yeah.
Silent stream.
I was a silent stream. There was a teddy bear standing like this right in front of me and staring at me. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? What's up, Papa Bear?
I actually thought about putting my laptop on the table next to me and putting on TV my GoPro in night vision, but the problem is my wife gets up in the middle of the morning, strips down, and walks across the hall, and I really don't want my wife's naked ass walking across the hall.
Well, if you want
cam.
time, it'll work. I mean, if that's
yeah, but it'll also get my account shut down right after I get my view time.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be like, woohoo, you got your view time.
By the way, what channel you can do this with? I may have to subscribe real quick.
Joker's Nation.
Do you have Joker?
No, these are a lot of new channels I've never seen, so I'm going to go over and
they're all good people.
Nice. No, I appreciate it. Well, you've been a big supporter of my channel, brother, so I trust your judgment.
That's not me. That's funny. It says Tommy D in there.
Yeah, Tommy's a good guy. He lives real close to me. He's a really good guy. All these people are really good. Roma, she's really good. She'll share you out, and you get
that's awesome.
Get lots of people come in your room.
Yeah, I've been so slammed. Unfortunately, I'm not able to get to know my audience as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to be working late tonight. I got this new contract I negotiated, and so I've got to go over some of this paper, make sure everything's legitimate. But I'm late, so I'm like, screw it. I'm going to see some streams, see whatever's going, what everybody's doing, because I can't get you guys during the week.
Yeah.
And I saw you, and hell yeah, I'm going to go over and kick it. I think I've been on one of yours. I think you're doing a investigation on site was the last time I was. I think you're at a graveyard, weren't you?
Yeah.
Last time I was able to see you.
There we go. I put my link in.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Pull you up.
Look at that.
It's the bottom link. The top one I need to delete because it won't work because I didn't have the HTTP in there.
Look at that beard, Tommy. Holy crap.
What's that? My beard on the Tommy D one? Yeah, that was my hair apron. Or my hair bib. Don't you remember that when me and Daniel York both had them that long?
Yeah, that's been a long time ago though.
2 years.
Whew, look at that. This was your vape channel.
Yeah, that was my vape channel. That was the Oh My God Mods channel. That was monetized before I deleted everything.
So did you get monetized, Jacob, yet? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got monetized about 3 weeks ago. Oh yeah, yeah. I hit my watch time before my subscribers.
I didn't even notice Sarah busted out. Where'd she go?
She went to go see
Maurice.
Warren D's or whatever his name is.
Joker, I'm connecting with you on Instagram and everything too.
Okay, cool.
What's so? I mean, I don't want to take over the stream or anything,
go
but
ahead.
I'm really curious. So, like, you're near to the experience, man. Do you mind telling me a little bit about that?
Well,
because you have it listed here, so that's really because I'm actually I have the same beliefs as you actually.
Well, I had a motorcycle accident, and I had severed my aorta, and my pelvis was split in two, completely split in half.
Holy crap!
They said my hips were like 4 feet across, so that's how bad it was. I lost 4 inches of my femur. The bone was just missing. I completely snapped it. They couldn't recover the bone, and shattered my kneecap and peeled the whole cheek back to the bone and ripped the skin off. So I went into the hospital and they thought it was just a broken leg. Well, after doing a full CT scan on me, they realized I had internal bleeding. My aorta was ruptured, completely severed.
That's pretty much a death sentence if you rupture that. I mean,
98%.
We saw that out in the military, and
exactly. You know what I'm talking about? That concussion. Yeah, you get that concussion, and it'll sever that aorta real quick. It's very fragile. Mm-hmm. So 98% die that have this happen. I'm lucky to be the 2%. So they took me in for surgery. I was in 48 hours total, but during that time, they actually lost me because they had to disconnect the heart. They were going to have to paddle me to shut it down and then disconnect it, hook up the artificial, and then, do the paddles to get me back. Mm-hmm. Well, when they were prepping for that, I flatlined. And it was like 2 minutes and 58 seconds. I was completely gone. Wow. They were actually getting ready to call it. And as the doctor went to call it, I popped back.
How long ago was this?
This was in 1990. Okay. It was June 19th of 1990 when it happened. And that was when basically I can look down and I could see the doctor. He literally had my heart in his hand and was sitting there reaching for the paddle. And I'm watching him, and then I see him start freaking out and running around. He's like freaking out, trying to get them to, charge the paddles and try to get me back. And he was telling them what to push, epinephrine and all the different things he was saying. And then I just kind of drifted away. And the way I explain it is like on a movie set, you got the 4 walls, but there's no ceiling. So the camera rig can come in and out. Mm-hmm. It was like that because I was hovering over the top of myself, looking at myself face down, crucifixed out, arms out wide, and them working because they had to go through the back because my sternum was too thick. So they went through the back to do the surgery. And I could see my whole back cut open and filleted open, ribs spread apart, broken apart and everything. And I could see all this. And then the next thing I know, I saw my mother and my ex-wife, which was my girlfriend at the time, and I can hear everything they were saying. And I see them, and then the next thing I know, it's like, I don't want to call it a white tunnel because it's not a tunnel. It was more like a football shape. Okay. There was an arch of bright white over and below. And then you could see like these thin lines of darkness where the two halves kind of come together. And I keep seeing all these colored lights shooting past, almost like rainbows. And it reminds me of those hyperlapse photographs where they're doing like the hyperlapse and you can see the taillights streaking.
Yes.
That's what it was, but it was like a rainbow of colors doing that, streaking, some going towards, some coming from. And at that point, it was, this is the part that gets emotional. What I felt, there's no drug or alcohol or anything that can make you feel what I was feeling at that point. It was, and here goes the goosebumps. It was every possible emotion you can feel on an even level. and hot but cold at an even level, happy but sad at an even level, anxious but relaxed at an even level. Everything just
So
I've never
almost like a peace, like almost like a true peace.
total true peace. People
Wow.
call it euphoric, people call it zen, you call it whatever you want. It was something you can never feel in this world. You'll never feel that exact feeling. Even having children, it wasn't even anywhere near that feeling.
Mm-hmm. I
So
agree. We just had one, and yeah,
okay,
wasn't feeling that.
no, I mean it was just total, like you said, peace. So yeah, I didn't really think of saying it that way, but that is true. But I came up and I saw 4 people in front of me, which one of them I had never saw standing ever a day in my life, and that was my one grandfather, my father's dad. And then I saw my mother's dad, which I was really close to, my uncle that taught me to ride bikes, which I was really close to. And then the 4th one really had me stumped because it was my best friend. Now, he was alive the day before my accident. So I remember feeling a little confused, like, why is he here? And I won't go into all the details about what was said, but there was a lot of messages that were said that really were, some of them have came true, some of them have rang true, I guess I could say. But when I came back, it was my best friend was there, and he had gave me a message to give to his brother. And the message I gave to his brother when I came out of my coma, because I was in a coma for 30 days after this.
Wow.
I came out of the coma, and it was weird because he was actually at the hospital, and I didn't quite understand. And I couldn't talk because I still had the tubes in and everything. So all I could do is write. Of course, how they were able to, my mom still has all the stuff that I wrote, and I don't know how they were able to figure out what the hell I was writing, because even I can't figure it out, and I wrote it. But I wrote him a note that it basically said, Craig said sorry, he was protecting you. Tell police, look in back room at station. I had no idea what the hell this meant.
So
I
were
didn't
you,
understand.
was it almost like you're being used as like a receptor, and you were
I,
just putting stuff out that was just a signal, basically?
for me, I didn't know why I was telling him. I just knew I had to tell him this. I have no memory of why I told him that at that time. And at that time, I just knew I needed to tell him something, and I didn't know what it was for. I had no idea what this message was about. I just knew I had to tell him this. And he had explained to me, once I gave him that message, he said, there's no way Craig could have told you this. Craig has been brain dead since the night that you came in here. And I said, I wrote down, I asked him, what do you mean? And he said that the police had found him under a bridge, beaten half to death, and that they were calling it a suicide, which kind of freaked me out, because I'm like, from what he told me, there was baseball bats and ball peen hammers involved, and who the hell decides to kill themselves with a baseball bat and a ball peen hammer?
Right.
One time you hit yourself, you're like, oh, fuck, that hurt. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah, there's an easier way.
Yeah. And he said that Craig was brought in an hour, I think it was between an hour and a half after me. So I was in surgery. So there's no way I could have knew he was there.
Oh,
None.
Agreed.
No way. I was in surgery when they brought him in. So that kind of freaked me out. At that point, that started an emotional roller coaster where I'm like, I'm remembering things at this point. They've got me on so much morphine. It's like getting your thoughts clear on morphine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure you've been in the battlefield and you know what it's like.
Yeah, I've been
somebody,
on before.
They have no idea that their leg's missing because they're on morphine. So their thoughts are not. So it was kind of like that. I had no, it was just, trying to process everything. And then they took the tubes out, and I finally got to where they put me in a wheelchair, and I told them I want to go to see him. And at that point, he was on life support. They said there was no brain activity. When I went there and I held his hand, I told him what you told me. It wasn't even 5 minutes after we walked out of the room and he coded out. And it was almost like he waited for me to let him know the message.
Mm-hmm.
And by that point, Brian had already came back in, and he come to me and he says, I don't know how you got this message from Craig. He's like, all I know is that you actually just helped Craig's suicide get changed to a homicide.
Well, yeah. I mean, what you had, regardless, and people are like, oh, well, you know, that's drug induced and that's hallucinations. But I mean, if you just follow the timeline, just the
Right.
timeline alone, none
Right.
of that matters. I mean, that's proof in the experience right there.
That
That
was
message,
my
I
point.
should say.
That was my point. If the message I told him was he's sorry, he was protecting him and look in the back room, how did I know these three things?
You couldn't.
And then them find out that Craig, the owner of the gas station, was dealing cocaine out of the back room. Okay. And I'm talking large quantities. They found 18 kilos in this gas station.
Nice.
So that's a large amount of cocaine.
Yeah, that's good.
They were shipping it from Chicago through Chesterton and then from Chesterton to South Bend and other big cities by putting it inside of the tires. And you remember how they wrap tires with like that wax paper to keep them from dry rotting? They were packed full of coke and then wrapped that way.
Ah, smart.
So when they raided the gas station, the owner came clean and said that the dealer, he was the middleman. The dealer actually was in the office with him when Brian walked through to go to the bathroom, and they thought Brian saw him. Craig found out by his boss that the dealer was going to try to kill Brian. Craig stood up to the dealer. Craig ended up where Craig is. So the message I gave them, they were able to go and find the cocaine in the back room, get the owner to admit to what happened, and like I said, result in his suicide being overturned to a homicide. And then the fact that as soon as I tell him at his bedside, he passes. It's almost like I said, he waited for me to tell him. And it's just, there's too many things that, okay, I could understand the brain creates a certain dopamine or whatever, and it can make you think things.
Yeah, there's dopamine release, but dopamine release doesn't result in correct communication, which is what you've gotten that nobody else could have ever known.
No, dopamine also doesn't create an out-of-body experience and then a near-death experience. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It can create, I don't want to say fantasy, but it can create mirages. You know, it can create weird visions, but not this clear with this many things. I mean, the things that I heard, the things that I were told, one of the messages my grandfather told me is that I still have a lot to do and I still have something that I need to accomplish. Well, I had a daughter that was born and 24 days later died. And at that point, I basically signed the papers giving her organs up. And there's 4 children alive today because of my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So coincidental, could be.
I'm a man of
so.
science. I mean,
Right.
I'm not a religious guy. And if anybody is, like, it's totally your thing.
Right.
I think that there's things out there I don't understand.
Exactly.
I think there's things out there that are bigger than me that are beyond my comprehension. So I don't deal in absolutes. So I'm not going to completely deny, but I'm not going to, completely support blindly either.
Right. Exactly.
And what you're saying,
science
can't explain.
No,
science
and
can't explain what you did.
I'm going to tell you now, the surgeon, when he come to my bedside, because I told the chaplain, I honestly, when I realized Craig died right after I told him that, I went through an emotional breakdown because I was processing what had just happened. I just lost my best friend. Even though I knew my best friend was in a better place, it still was nonetheless, I lost my best friend. There's no chance he's coming back now. His body's gone. And Brandon can tell you, even when we've done investigations, I go at them very scientifically, and I try to debunk as much as I can before I put a stamp of approval that, okay, this I can't explain. This is something I would call paranormal.
Yep.
And
that's a really cool thing. You can do that. You don't let your personal bias go in. But then again, I mean, if you keep seeing the same thing, it also kind of gives you a little bit of strength in what you think yourself as well.
No one can tell me that nothing happens when we die, because technically I've got the paperwork that says I was legally dead. 2 minutes is legally dead by any doctor. 2 minutes and 58 seconds is beyond legally dead. The fact that they were still trying to revive me, you know what I'm saying, after that long is a shock, because the condition that I was in, and knowing I still had to go through, you know, another, 42 hours worth of surgery, or 46 hours, whatever it was, you know, you would think most doctors be like, okay, call it. This guy's a train wreck. He's a basket case. Call it.
Well, I mean, thank whoever that he didn't. I mean,
I do.
That's awesome.
I do. And I've told him multiple times, every time I go in to see the cardiologist that did this heart surgery, I thank him. But he heard from the chaplain, because like I said, I was going through a bad time, because, you know, knowing what I saw at that time, you know, I didn't want to believe what I saw. So it was kind of one of those where I was in this tug of war with myself. Did I see what I saw, or is it imagination? Is it drugs? You know, so many emotions were going through me. And the chaplain come, and he sat down, and this guy started crying when I was telling him what I saw. And he just looked at me and he says, "You don't realize how special you are." I says, "I am not special." And he says, "No, you are, to be able to do what you did and come back." He says, "You are very special." I says, "I don't ever want anyone to call me special. I'm not. I'm just a guy that was lucky enough to have this happen. I'm not special." And he says, "No, there's something. You come back with a message." He says, "And I've spoken to your best friend's brother." He's like, "I've spoken to Brian." And he says, "Brian told me what you told him." And he says, "He's told me what the results were." He says,
"See, that's the thing. You are special, because a lot of people go through life and they're consumers. They're parasitic. They go through life. They never give anything back. And they got people like you. I mean, through this experience that you've gone through, and I've just met you, but from this experience you've gone through, how many lives do you think that you have touched and improved since then?" I mean,
that's the thing.
You're kind of balancing out what the human condition is, which is the parasitic consume, all about me, all about me. And then people like you come out to try to balance the equation. I believe in universal balance. I believe that everything is balanced some way, shape, or form. Even if you go scientific through Newton's law, or Newton's law.
Equal and opposite reaction.
There's always an equal and opposite reaction.
And so I'm a firm believer.
Absolutely. And that actually transfers over to the paranormal, because you have this energy, because we are moving by energy. Our thoughts are energy and chemical reactions. So when that goes, when we die, where does that energy go? It has to go somewhere. It has to.
Exactly. We're not a kinetic. Physics. We're not a kinetic machine. Okay. We are not kinetic energy. There's something that keeps us going, and it's not just a kinetic movement. Okay. A lot of people think it's just a kinetic movement.
It can't be, because it has to spawn from something.
Right.
The energy has to be infused some way, shape, or form. Now, sustainability and all that is yes. But again, if you're looking at the origin of the energy of the human body, right, then you're going to be looking at the exact same problem of the origin of the energy in the universe that created everything.
This is how I explain
it. Genesis.
This is how I explain it to some people. You got a car, it has a heart, a motor. Okay. You've got its brain, its computer. Okay. You've got its food, its gas. But there's one thing you need to get all those things operating together, and that's a battery with the energy to get it going. The human body operates the same way. You have to have some energy source that kept everything going, you know. And with what got me involved in the paranormal was partially that, because I want to be able to communicate with somebody that maybe is in that transition that I was in. I want to be able to communicate and see, because I know I saw and heard. And when I told my mother, actually, I'm jumping around, but when I told my
that's fine.
mother, when that surgeon come and sat down next to me and I told him, he says, I'm a man of science and I can't believe this. He says, but he sat there, and when I told him word for word what he said, what he did, who was to the left of him, who was to the right of him, what hand he had my heart in, what hand he grabbed the tool with, and this guy's a lefty.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that.
there's no
And
way
when
you
I
would have known
told him
that.
he had
There's
my
no way you would
heart
have known
in his
that.
right hand and the scalpel in his left, and I told him, you set it down and you reached for the paddle and you were frantic. And when I said all this stuff, this guy actually had a tear come out. And he just looked at me and he says, there's no way you could have known that.
There's no way.
And I says, I watched it happen. He says, there's no way. And I says, I'm telling you. And then when I told my mom what her conversation and my ex's conversation was, both of them looked like they saw a ghost. So if I can be passing across and see and hear all this, then that tells me that there are spirits that are around that can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is too, and I explained, like me and Brandon were talking about the last time, our time here is irrelevant when you're gone. What was 2 minutes and 58 seconds here was like 2-3 hours that I was gone.
Wow.
It was, if I was to look at it in a man-made time point, it was like 2 to 3 hours I was away. Okay, this wasn't like a 30-second zip there, zip back. It was a pretty good journey walking through that light. You know, it was a pretty good amount of talking that was done. It didn't seem like it was like that. You know, 2.5 minutes or almost 3 minutes is like that. You know, it's quick. This took a lot longer than that. And you know, that's why I was explaining to him that sometimes when we get voice phenomenons, whether it be we're asking questions and then 10 minutes later you get a weird word come across. But yet when you sit and you look at the question,
Brandon was doing that the last time I watched him. He had that device.
Right.
And he was picking some stuff up. And I thought that was really interesting.
And Brandon, you know,
it takes a while.
He witnessed, when we were on that Aberdeen, he witnessed the voice come across. It was the same voice 3 times that came across. One time it said done. My nickname was Done to Craig. Okay, because he couldn't pronounce my last name properly. So
and when was this phenomenon occurring?
Halloween.
This last Halloween.
This last Halloween we did an investigation at the Aberdeen Inn in Valpo. And it's a underground railroad house. So we figured there'd probably be a lot of.
Did you guys do a video on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Both
channel?
of us have it on our pages.
Both of us.
Okay.
Do.
Yeah, he's got one and I've got one. And I caught several light anomalies there.
He gets a lot of
and I get a lot of orbs and anomalies. And I'll get to that in a second, why I feel that happens. But we heard it once. It said done. And he was kind of puzzled by it. And I picked up on it right away. When I heard the voice, I didn't recognize the voice until the third thing that was said. Then the second time it said done. We were kind of both looking at each other. And I said, at that point, I said, you know what? Only one person called me done. And that was Craig. And I said, Craig, is that you? And then right after that, it was probably 6-8 minutes, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You hear, yep.
Yep.
That's exactly how he said it. And I recognized that yep, because he always had this yep. And it was like a drawn out. And I heard that and I goosebumped like you wouldn't believe. And then right after that,
that's incredible.
I walked away and the EMF meter as I walked away was pegged the whole time. As I walked past, it was pegged. Even when I went in the other room, it was pegged. It was almost like he was following me and making sure I was all right. But,
so do you think that these spirits or this energy, do you think it follows you? Do you think it's...
Yes.
That's what I was going to get at. That was the next thing I was going to get at. I think that we all resonate at a certain frequency.
Because I've been
Our
hearing
energy
about
has
frequencies lately, like
right.
the body has a frequency. And
Exactly.
I've been hearing a lot of that more and more
Yes.
lately.
There's actually scientists that are now realizing that each person has their own frequency that they resonate. Their energy
Really?
resonates a different frequency, much like a fingerprint, which makes sense.
Really?
It's
Okay.
each person's different. But I think that for some reason, the fact that I came back, because ever since then, it doesn't matter what house I'm at, I have paranormal activity no matter what house I'm at.
No kidding.
Okay. Even Brandon, he can vouch. He's been 2 different investigations we've been at, and we've had things at both of them, whether it's voice phenomenon or things moving or catching light anomalies. There's always something. What's that?
That deja vu, you were looking at the person's eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm sitting in a chair at the last place we investigated, and all of a sudden it's like, and he can vouch, we dropped 10 degrees in 8 minutes.
It's very fast.
What room drops 10 degrees in 8 minutes with no furnace in it? It went from
none without external activity.
Exactly. It went from
would happen.
56. It was 56.7 when we walked in, and we watched my meter go down to 4. What was it? 46.3 or something like that. 46.2. 46.2. It went down to in under 10 minutes, I would say, and there was no furnace up there. There was no windows open. So how could we had a door open to the heated part of the house? So how can the temperature drop 10 degrees when that door should be pushing hot air through?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we did have happen there that we couldn't explain. And then I started smelling cigar smoke. Okay. Heavy cigar smoke. Well, mind you, I'm sitting in the leather chair that now Brandon owns that was from the original owner of the house.
Yeah, I got it.
And as I'm sitting there, the way I explain it, you know how sometimes when you reminisce back about something, you see like these photographs in your mind.
Yeah,
you get like a
photographic retention and stuff like
right.
that. That's how your brain remembers it.
I'm seeing a old wooden porch of a farmhouse and looking out over the land back and forth. I've never had this happen before, and it kind of, he can vouch, I got real quiet real quick, and I didn't know why this was happening.
Well, how can you even process that? How do you even process something like that?
He didn't tell me that till later on.
Yeah, I didn't talk.
It took him a while to figure out how he wanted to say it.
Well, when I've never had anything that I would consider, clairvoyant or anything like that. I've seen things move. I've seen things, move across the room, shadows across the room. I've seen orbs, but I've never had something like that. But it was almost like this guy was channeling me because I was asking questions about, the property. About, was this your chair? Was this your house?
So when you were having, so this is because you're clairvoyance then. So you're seeing through other eyes. And when this was happening, were you like asking questions in your mind?
No, verbally.
You were actually,
verbally.
so this was going on and you were putting it out there and asking questions while you're simultaneously having this vision.
We had, right before this started happening, we had asked, what was the question? Was this your property or something like that? Was this your old farm or something?
Old farm, yeah.
Yeah, was this your old farm? And then it was like after I asked that, then all of a sudden I got these in there. And some people could say, oh, it was subliminal because you asked about a farm and then you see a farm. It's,
I don't believe all that dismissive stuff.
No, it was weird because when I was seeing this, it's almost like I could feel the breeze, like a cool summer breeze, as he's standing out there before, dawn's. It's lit up, but it's like early morning. Mm-hmm. It's like he was sitting out on his porch having a stogie and just looking out over his property is what it reminded me of. That's what I would say that it was like.
Yeah, because I see a lot of dismissive stuff when it comes, and I'm very open-minded. I do think that I'm a man of science, but I'm extremely open-minded, and I see a lot of stuff like this get dismissed, like, oh, that's that's being suggestive, and it's like if it's like I'm watching a movie right now, that's not suggestive. That's not bias. Like that is, I mean, give people a little bit of credibility. People can typically know if they're, I was kind of daydreaming, I was kind of off in one space, or, I mean, you're literally living through somebody else for a couple minutes. Human beings can typically tell the difference between the two. And I think it's just an easy cop out because there's no explanation.
Well, it's not only that. I think a lot to do with it is people don't want to believe that that's can be real. You know what I'm saying?
They can't wrap their heads around it.
Exactly. It's too much for them to process.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah.
Because even for me, it's a lot for me, even because I was like, why do I keep moving into haunted houses? You know, I've seen a shadow of a man with a almost like a fedora style hat on. I seen the shadow go up my stairs of a man with a fedora, literally turned and looked and watched it happen. Okay. I've got a video of a door in my house. I'm sitting here and all of a sudden the door starts opening and closing, moving back and forth. And you could almost see, through something. There's something dark in the crack and there's a white set of mini blinds behind it that's closed. And you can see the light coming through the mini blinds. And then you see this dark, almost like a head and a hand like this, looking out the crack in the door as the door's moving. I've got probably 40 to 50 pictures with me with orbs around me. I'm out at the fair and I got a green orb on my mouth that moves across. In 3 pictures, 2 of them have this green orb moving across my mouth.
Interesting. So I kind of have a couple. If you guys don't mind, I don't want to take over your stream, but I'm really, really, really curious. And so I do have a couple of questions. And actually, there was something that was here in the chat that I've seen been brought up a little bit more and more and more. And matter of fact, I believe it was Shadows of the Moon. Said time is man-made. And so I've been hearing, and I actually disagree with that. And if you guys don't mind hearing me out, I'd like to hear a differing opinion on this. So maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. But time, because things age. Like I understand the measurement of time. The measurement of time is man-made. That's why we have time zones. That's why we do what we can to manage time. But time is a factor, correct?
Right, correct. I believe there is a time, but I think that here's the problem I have with time. Okay, if time is 24 hours day and night, then how come we have Alaska that has all that time where it's all night? It goes to show that time is man-made. It's not the 24 hours is man-made. And here's why I say that's the case.
Okay.
Where did that Galileo said it was about the planets' rotations. Okay. The Bible says that God made, and then on the 7th day he rested.
Correct.
That's where the 24 hours and all that kind of stemmed from. Now, who come up with the 24 hours at that point? I don't know. I feel that we're going by something that we've been indoctrinated to believe is true, and we believe that that's the case. Okay, because even if you look at paganism, they talk about solstice and stuff like that.
Correct.
So they have a totally different calendar than what we have. Okay.
Well, they have a calendar that Christianity is because actually my original religion, I actually haven't publicly spoken about this too much. So I'm actually really glad that I came in here. My very first religion that I studied was actually Wicca. I studied Wiccan, which was a segment of paganism. Right.
Yeah. I dated a girl that was Wiccan.
Okay, yeah. So you know,
well,
like
I'm aware
with the white knife and the black knife and the circle of energy and all that,
and the tie that binds where marriage comes from. You know,
well, there was a lot of Christian beliefs that were spawned from paganism. Paganism is way earlier than Christianity.
Right. Christianity where tie the knot came from when people got married because of the bonding or the joining of the when you have a wedding in Wiccan. You know, the tying of the hands with the ribbon, and then when you pull your hands away, it ties the knot. You know?
And that with women being celebrated because of fertility, because they bled and didn't die, therefore they were normally held up at a pedestal because man couldn't explain it. So on the religious side of things, like the actual the time when it comes to say like the sunrise, sunset, solstice, the whole 9 yards. The reason why we have the 24-hour time, it's actually not 24 hours. It's like 23 and like 3/4 or whatever, or a quarter. And that's why we have leap years every 4 years.
Right.
And so it's just a way that we can manage it. So the positioning of the celestial bodies during those times when it comes to sunlight and everything else doesn't really matter, because it's something that's replicable every single day, every single year, moving as long as we have the leap years. So it's just a way for us to manage it. And again, that's really an entirely different discussion. What I'm looking at is that time has to be a thing because things age, things get older, the universe gets older. But one thing that I've been kind of linking, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this. You guys probably have, because you're really big in this community. But I looked at a really, really interesting theory called the string theory. Have you guys been following that the past few years?
Someone was talking to me about it the other day. I haven't really dove into it much because honestly, I've been working on so much other stuff.
Well, the string theory is really, really interesting because science, again, this is the scientific consensus, has come out and said that they do believe in the existence of a fourth dimension. They do believe that there is a dimension that we are not able to really do much with, but they believe based on the string theory answers pretty much all the questions of life that we have, pretty much everything. It's a really interesting theory, but that also spawns a fourth dimension. And so with like vibrations being discovered, what my personal belief is that when you died and you came back, I think something got added to you. I think you are more receptive, and because you're not the only person that I've read about or have been aware of that will come back and they become hypersensitive to stuff like that. They seem to be like a receptor.
That's what I feel. It's almost like, I don't know whether it's like they have their own newspaper there that says, hey, this person's new to town, but they left. I mean, I don't know if it's something like that, if it's something like the vibration. I know I'm being funny with the first part, but whether it's the vibration or whether it's the fact that they saw that I left and came back and they want to know, how did this guy come back? What did he do? What made him special enough to come back? And can I get back?
Well, I mean, because I look at it like when you reset like the router, like your internet router in your house, and you reset it, and now you have a new IP address.
Right.
Because it's off and now it's on. You did a power cycle. You were gone. You were done. So it's almost kind of weird to think that you would come back. You would be a new life again because you were dead. You were gone.
Right.
That was it. You were gone. And so why wouldn't you come back and have a different frequency? Why wouldn't you be different in some way, shape, or form? You're really not the same thing that's come back.
Oh, no.
You're not the
totally
same thing.
Different. When I came back, my views on so many things, there were so many things that I was one way about, that when I came back, it made me really look at everything I thought I knew and reevaluate it. Everything, at the time when, the shit hit the fan there, I was supposed to be shipping out to Kuwait.
Oh, nice. I was military service. I was 8 years Army.
I went through basic, and then they washed me out because I didn't make my ship date. So they told me, well, if you sign these papers, we won't come after you for going AWOL and missing your ship out date. And they literally—
Was this after your injury?
I had my injury the night before I was supposed to ship out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
well, how they should have been medically pushed out anyways.
I should have been medically discharged is what I should have, but they washed me out instead.
So did you get at least you get an honorable or a medical, or they dishonor you?
I don't even exist there.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess that
they full washed. They don't even have me even out there in Missouri. They don't show me in Missouri at Fort Hood or Fort Wood, no matter what. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, my buddy, because I was talking to him, he's like, well, you could actually go to the VA and they should be able to see you. So I went. They said, we show no record of you. Wow. I said, really?
Wow.
So my buddy works at the recruiters, and I had him check. He's like, no, they full washed you. He says, you're gone. You don't even show up in there.
That's interesting.
But they're doing it to even— I know a girl that I was speaking to on Facebook on one of the military groups that I was in. They did her the same way. She actually finished her I don't know what they call it in the Navy, but basically her
Their basic training.
And they sent her home for leave, and she got hit by a semi on her way home from leave and was paralyzed from the waist down, and they just washed her out. They
Yeah,
didn't
because
want.
she actually has a case. I mean, if she actually served at all, even basic training wise, she should get a hold of VA vet. And
See, I
a vet
checked on
rep.
that for me, and they said, well, the problem is you signed the paper giving a waiver that you can't get it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? No DD 214, no nothing, just to have a nice day. I mean, that's exactly how it went. I was told, well, if you get a hold of your congressman, they might be able to do something, because you did go to basic, you completed, you know.
Did you go to basic yourself?
I went.
You did?
Yeah. I was supposed to ship out. I
should.
came home on the 17th of June, and on the 19th I was supposed to be ready to ship. And we were leaving to go to Desert Shield at the time.
Yeah. What state are you in?
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Because I worked for the VA at the state level in the state of California when I got out of the service, and so
Yeah.
I dealt with a lot of like older vets records,
Right.
especially like Vietnam era where things were
Yep.
never recorded, nobody reported anything.
Mhm.
But I would so at the state levels they have something called DevOps, and so
Okay.
DevOps and VA reps. They can dig down pretty deep, especially if they can get a hold of the Pentagon, because normally the Pentagon will have your records. They'll have it in
Right.
cold storage somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah.
But you have to like do a legitimate submission for it, and
Right.
it takes about 3 months. But I know that I've recovered a lot of veteran records by doing that, and it's a record request. I believe you do it. I'll connect. I have you on Instagram now,
Yeah.
but I can send you the address. But you can do an official request, or you can go through a state or federal funded program that will send it out and demand the Pentagon to release records, because if you went to basic, there are records of you.
That's what I said. There has
to be. Yeah.
You know, there has to be, you know, my pre-testing and physicals. There's got to be something somewhere. But
yeah, there has to be. Now, there was a big fire that affected a big fire, right?
Right.
That affected records, but normally it was the Vietnam guys that.
Well, I thought a lot of the records also went down in 9/11 too. I know that I was told that a lot of records were in that area that 9/11 where the plane hit.
Depends on digital, or because they digitalize it all now.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's on servers. There is cold storage, but again, nobody's really doing paper doc anymore.
Right.
I'd have to look into that. I actually haven't heard that. I know that it affected operations, but I didn't know that they were claiming that there was records destroyed from 9/11. So that's a good thing for me to look at.
I read up a thing that said that the area that it hit was, thank God, it was a records room that was destroyed and not, you know, something more important. And I was like, okay, that's kind of odd, you know.
Yeah.
But why would they make sure to state that? You know, that was kind of odd for me, but yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, the government's horrible at record keeping, and there's it's all bad. I mean, the government can lose $100 million in a quarter and say, oh yeah, we don't know where it went. Let's just keep going forward. So that's how they are.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember the hearings that were supposed to be going on over actually the 12th of December, September, there was supposed to be a hearing about misappropriated funds from the Pentagon, and that never got talked about after 9/11 for some reason.
There's misappropriation in every branch. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
But yeah, back to what we were talking about before, went off on a tangent there. I'm sorry. I feel that whatever it was, it's not that I'm in a haunted house. It's that somehow I am more approachable, I guess I could say,
or more in tune. That would make sense.
Yeah,
that you can see it better or understand it better.
I mean, I've had some pretty incredible experiences. Some of them caught on film, some of them not. Another one, I lost a daughter, and on Father's Day, I'm standing in my kitchen, and there's a counter that I'm standing at, and I'm getting ready to take a shot. And in the window, all of a sudden I see a girl looking at me. Looked to be probably 13, 14 years old, long, dark red hair, auburn hair. And she waves at me and I wave and I'm like, somebody's here. My wife's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, there's some girl in our backyard. Well, then she turns and she walks. And when she walks away, I don't hear my gate open. It was like she was walking past the window towards the gate to go on the driveway. And as she walks across, it didn't dawn on me when I saw it, but I didn't hear the gate. And I looked, and in the reflection, when she walked across, she actually blocked out the cabinet reflection on the window. Meaning that if she's blocking out the cabinet reflection that's inside the kitchen,
That she was inside.
she was inside going in front of the cabinet that was between me and the window. And it didn't dawn. I literally, my mind immediately said, something ain't right here. Who was that? So I run out the back door and I look down the driveway. Motion light's not on, so no one walked through there. My gate didn't make the squeaking sound. And as I'm sitting there, and it's like my mind's processing, you just saw something. You just saw a ghost, and in my mind, I'm not processing it quick enough. And I'm like sitting there, and then all of a sudden I just teared up and just burst into tears. It's Father's Day, and my daughter would be 13 years old.
She'd have been that age. Yeah.
And it was weird because my father, well, he became ordained minister, and then I got ordained just to piss him off so that I can battle with him. Because then he can't say I'm ordained. So I went and did mine so that I could say, so am I, and stop him. But he doesn't believe in ghosts and things like that. And we were on the phone and he says, son, he says, you realize what yesterday was? And I said, yeah, Father's Day. And he says, and you said the girl was probably around 13 or 14. I said, yeah. He says, how old is Cammie now? And I said, she'd be 13. And he says, your daughter came and said hi to you on Father's Day. And that, I'm fighting it right now. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. We lost one before ours too, and that was
that
was rough on us.
Thank you, Papa Bear, for that $5.
Yeah,
so is your family from a religious background?
My father is one of those that he was the worst of the worst, and then when he got divorced, he decided that he was going to become religious, and it was going to make up for all of his past history and that. Mm-hmm. So the rest of my family, we're spiritual, but we're not into organized religion. So I don't believe in organized religion myself. I mean, to each his own. That's fine. I don't pass judgment. If you feel that you need to be in a church and told what to believe, that's your choice. I choose to not follow a false prophet. My belief is my belief. And, I feel that my spiritual beliefs are nobody's business but mine and the man upstairs. Yeah. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, that makes sense. How about you, Brandon? Are you religious at all?
I used to be, and since I've been doing the paranormal, it's just...
So do you think paranormal, because I'm not religious, and do you think paranormal disproves religion?
Here, I'll put my beliefs into it. Okay, they made this Bible up I don't know how many times, and another thing is, okay, if we supposedly have a God, then why, when a woman has birth to a kid, it automatically has full-blown cancer in it? If he's supposedly supposed to be,
Oh, be like a master designer?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why. I mean, I do believe there's a God, and I believe there's something, but I don't know.
So, are you more like an agnostic kind of believer? Because I guess that's what I more closely align to, because scientifically that makes a little bit more sense to me. Yeah. Because I can't completely disprove it.
You know what?
I can't say no.
I honestly have a little bit different of a belief system. Some people call me nuts for what I'm saying.
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear the nuts.
Brandon, I think you've heard this. I feel that honestly, everyone's right. Okay? Your Big Bang Theory people, they're right. Your evolution people, they're right. Okay. And the reason I say that is the Big Bang, we don't know. That could have been the creation by God. We don't know. That could be true. Could be when he made the universe. Okay. The evolution, that could be true too. Okay. Just because the Bible says that man was made in the resemblance of God in his own image doesn't mean that he didn't make monkeys first that developed into cavemen, that developed into civilized people. There's nothing that says that it did happen. There's nothing that says that it didn't happen. And if we're going to believe in a man upstairs, why is it so far-fetched for people not to look at it and go, well, all these could be right?
But all of them are kind of right, because every religion will always share similar beliefs. There's a bad thing to do. There's a good thing to do. There's a way to worship. There's a sacred day. There's,
right.
I mean, all of them follow a very common thing. Your belief is not as crazy as my belief. I mean, well, your belief is nowhere near as crazy.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you talk about evolution in some churches and they'll throw you right out the damn door. You talk about the Big Bang Theory, they'll throw you out the damn door. You know, they don't want to believe none of that. That's blasphemy. You're saying that God didn't do it the way the Bible says. You know,
but the Bible is also always open to the error of man.
Exactly.
I mean, they're
it's
open to
the perception.
Absolutely, it is.
That's why it's the bestseller. That's exactly why.
Yeah, I mean,
Brandon can open the Bible. You can open the Bible, and I can open the Bible. We're all on the same page. I read it. I see something that relates to a certain part of my life. You read it. It has a certain part of your life that it relates to, and he reads it in something part of his life that it relates to. And they're all three different, but they're all relatable to it. That's the reason why.
And then you've also got the guy who is writing it.
Exactly.
That's going through the exact same thing that all three of us are going through.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So human error is a very big thing.
Right. And that's why I say that it's the bestseller because of that. You know, because no matter who you are, at any time you can crack it open and find something that relates to what's going on right then and there that you need some advice about.
Pretty much like horoscopes.
Yes.
In a way, yes. In a way, exactly. Exactly.
That's totally true.
It's true.
Why don't you just
So what was your crazy beliefs that you had?
Oh man, are you ready for this? I mean, I'm probably gonna lose some followers saying this. So I look at things and I don't even know how I'm gonna approach this. The only person I've told about this is my wife. And she thinks I'm crazy because I watch a bunch of crazy stuff on Discovery Channel. So this is what my beliefs are. And I've actually had this belief for a long time before it even became really even a thing. And it's really not even a thing now. It's kind of fringe science. But so I like to look at things. One of the reasons why I'm a CEO, I'm executive level of a company. My education is very upper level management. It's kind of like it's what's called macro education. It's looking at things at a higher, so you don't understand like the inner workings of everything. You look at like the grand scheme of things. Like I'm a big planner, a big strategist. And so I think when it comes to life and what's going on right now, it's not just this planet, right? I mean, you have had the research that's come out, and again, human error can play a role, bias can play a role, but I mean, our most solid science right now is that you take a look for the Drake equation. Are you familiar with the Drake equation at all? Have you heard of that? The Drake equation is basically a mathematical certainty. It's a mathematical certainty, like a 0.999998% certainty that there are life on other planets. We just don't have the technology to be able to see it or understand it. Right. We're a very young species. We're a very young thing. Right. And so if you look at the billions of universes, the billions of stars, the billions of planets, thinking that we're the only thing here is pretty much, I mean, what are the odds? Like I'm a betting man. I'll bet on the billions of chances that there's something out there instead of betting against billions and billions of chances that there's just life on this planet.
Even the Bible, they hint to we weren't the first. There's
I'm not familiar with the
things,
Bible, so I have no idea.
there's several things in the Bible where it leaves it open to where you could perceive that it's not even saying that we were the first. You know, Adam and Eve. There's things that make you realize that there was more here before even Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So therefore, yeah, there could have been other. You know, I hate to coin the phrase of like a TV show, but like the Winchesters and other shows, they talk about, you know, that on that supernatural, God talks about on there that he gets bored and he just starts a new world. And even though it's TV, and yeah, I get that it's TV and that's not always true, but it does leave the thought in your mind where you're like, that could actually be true. There could be other planets, you know.
I think there is. I think an ignorant person would completely deny that there's something else out there,
Right.
And that's the problem with the human ego, the human condition. You know, you take a look at the Dunning-Kruger effect. That's in massive effect right now, where everybody will learn about something. All of a sudden, they're an expert and they know everything, and they're not open to suggestion or different ideas. Again, I'm a man of science having a spiritual conversation right now, so you always have to be open to have those things. But my belief is that because of how large everything is, I think people need to take a second and step back and look at really the grand scheme of things. I do believe that there's an energy out there, because I mean, the energy had to come from somewhere. And so I do believe that when it comes to that kind of creation, I believe that's true, but I believe that's universal. I don't think that's just earth-based, you know? And so
I don't either. There's something that keeps our planets in rotation in the exact location and keeps them moving. Like you said,
it's the Goldilocks
energy.
zone. It's the Goldilocks zone in our solar system. And we've already proven that there are several planets that are in the Goldilocks zone, which is sustainable for life. We just don't have the technology to look into further. So even say, quote, Adam and Eve, right? I mean, Adam and Eve could not have even been here. It could be somewhere else. So when you take a look at how big everything is, you take a look at genetic material. Genetic material can be passed on planet to planet to universe based on, you know, stars failing, based on, you know, objects being deployed out into space, you know, whichever. And so this genetic material could have come. We could not be of Earth native. We could be native from somewhere else.
Exactly.
And you've got asteroid impact or all the turmoil going on because our universe, people are saying, is between 6 to 7 billion years old. And so things could be spreading almost like a virus. People like to equate the human existence, the human condition, as a virus, because we are the only creature on this planet that does not monitor and control our population based on resources. We change everything around us to be sustainable. Every other creature out there will die off and only stay at a homeostasis, which is something that is survivable based on their resources. Their population will die off. They naturally balance. Human beings, we don't do this. We will consume until nothing is left, and then we'll decide to go somewhere else if technology can permit us to do so. And so I think that, yes, I think that we did come from a creator, be it God, be it Buddha, be whatever you want to call it, an energy source. But I think that genetic material is introduced somewhere, and that genetic material, like a virus, is continued to expand. And so this could be the original planets, or it could be something else. But again, we follow the same laws, we follow the same philosophy, and we move forward. So that's kind of what my belief system is.
And I could agree with that. You know, I could agree with that. And that's one of the things that drives me nuts, is that kind of like what you were talking about with the ego, that the human race thinks that we are powerful enough to kill our planet, that it's going to catch on fire if we don't stop what we're doing. Now, here's the reason why I say that. Science has proven that there was other life, dinosaurs. We've got proof of them, and they were wiped out by the Ice Age. What is an Ice Age? It's a way for the Earth to cleanse itself. All the tar pits that were burning and all the stuff that was polluting back in prehistoric times. The Earth cleansed itself. It ice aged. It carved out the Grand Canyon. It did all this stuff. So for humans to think that we are going to be enough to impact and ruin this planet, and it's just going to catch on fire and we're all going to burn and it's going to, be dead planet. They're foolish. You even practice Wiccan. The Earth always takes care of itself. Mother Earth always cleanses itself.
I would actually love to have this conversation with you because I disagree with you on certain points.
Really?
Do you have a couple minutes to discuss this?
I'm fine.
Okay, so I disagree with you. And
Okay.
again, not on everything. Now, yes, I did. When I got into spirituality and religion, I did research Wiccan. Obviously, I'm not a Wiccan. I'm an independent. Agnostic, I guess. But here's the thing. So yes, now the world has traditionally, historically, gone through heating and cooling phases. There's actually been, I think, and you may know this better than me. There's been either 6 or 7 extinction events that's happened here. The dinosaurs were just one. Extinction has happened. Mass extinction has happened many, many times here. And the Earth always seems to rebound. Which I agree with you on that completely. But here's my thing: is that
there's proof happening right now of that. Chernobyl.
Correct.
Life has continued at the Chernobyl site. It's mutated, but it's continued. Correct.
And so, but here's my thing. So, and again, and definitely hear me out because I'd love to hear your side of this. So yes, I mean, but when it comes to our civilization, when it comes to what we do now, no, we are not. Human beings are not as powerful. Like as an individual, human beings are powerful. As an individual, you can do a lot of things that you may not think you'd be able to accomplish. So I believe in the strength of the individual. I also believe in the stupidity of the mass. Right? I mean, as a mass, we are not as powerful as we think we are. We have an elevated ego of how we are as human beings. And typically it's profit and money driven. Typically that's how that works. And so, yes, you have the volcanic eruptions that are releasing more carbon monoxide and greenhouse gases within a couple hours or a couple days than we've done in 30 decades. So, I mean, we do have that science there, but I'm also, again, when you go back to Newton's laws, I mean, when you go back to, I mean, we are contributing. We're not the massive contributor, but we are contributing. And so, to me,
to think that we're powerful enough to end the Earth
single-handedly, absolutely not.
No,
absolutely.
And that's the point that I'm getting across. That people are like, "Oh, if I use this plastic straw, I'm going to end the world." No, you're not. Oh, if I drive this car to the store, I'm going to create a huge carbon footprint that's going to end the world. No, you're not.
I believe in that we should research and see what our true carbon footprint is.
Right.
And we should work on trying to neutralize that to be a net zero.
But
I do believe within reason. Within reason.
If it's not a worldwide, are we really doing any good?
No, we're
not, because we're going to reduce pollution here by making our stuff a little greener. And what's China going to do? It's going to ramp up production on stuff that's not green. China right now is the biggest pollution creator in the world. So if we cut here, that's going to create a problem where the price is going to rise on us. China's going to see that. They're going to jump up. They're going to start producing it at a lower cost and flooding the market, which is going to cause their production to be ramped up. So everything we reduce here, they're gaining there.
Absolutely.
So it's really
that's economics.
It's really not going to help. Exactly. It's not going to help what we're doing here unless we can get it to be a worldwide thing. It's not going to do a damn bit of good.
And that's why it's a farce, because they're not aiming for it to be a worldwide. What they're trying to do is they're basically trying to make it a money grab from the United States, knowing that it's going to be a moot point. This has to be a global operation. Right. That's how this is sustainable. That's how it's actually going to make an impact. But if you're just targeting us, which we're one of the greenest countries on the planet right now, especially as a superpower, that's where it needs to go. So my personal opinion is that I do believe we have an effect. I do not believe we are the end all be all. We're not.
Right.
Take the volcanic eruption studies that are out there. I mean,
I could
the
agree
amount
with
of
you. I could agree with your looking at that. So I mean, I guess maybe the way I said it didn't come across right, because it's funny because you're saying that you disagreed, but I'm agreeing with what you said.
yeah, I think that maybe we were looking at a global scale, because
Right.
the only way we can fight this is to go global. If we're going to
Right.
go, if it's going to be a money grab by the most, actually right now, the best economic power as of the last few years, which is
Right.
the United States, we weren't number one for a while. Now we're back up on top and we're kicking ass
Right.
again. So if you're going to penalize the people here,
Mhm.
and you're going to be like, we're going to be greener and we're going to save the world, it's absolute BS.
Right.
It's absolute BS, because it needs to be
here's-
focused on the other side of the lake.
Here's something I argued with several, well, even flat earthers. I've had some pretty good debates with them, and
That's an interesting group.
That's an interesting
That's
group.
an interesting group.
It's funny. I love their, hey, flat earthers are all around the globe. Okay, you just said that it was a globe. Did you not? A globe is a round sphere.
Mhm.
You realize you're shooting yourself in the foot there. But no, like, one of the things that we've discussed, and I've looked at it scientific, much like you say you do. Here's the thing. Seas are rising, they keep saying. Well, yes, seas will rise. Okay. And that is just like if you drop a shot glass into a glass of water, what happens to water? It rises.
It'll displace
So
based on
it'll
the mass
displace that
of the
water.
shot glass.
Exactly. Newton's law, once
Mhm.
again, coming into effect. Now we know that I've seen video footage of what they're doing. Russia's been doing it, and a couple other countries have been doing it. Is they're actually blowing up these bombs in the water to get moisture in the air and to try to play around with the weather. Okay.
So the weather manipulation that
The
people
weather
have been talking about.
manipulation. Exactly. When they're dropping these bombs into the seafloor, they don't know how far the seafloor is. If those bombs are going off and hitting on any kind of fault line, and there's fault lines all over the world, because if you put the planet flat and you move countries around, they pretty much line up with one another to where it looks like all the countries were one country at one time.
Well, Pangea, and that's tectonic plates.
Exactly.
And that's how we operate.
Exactly. So if they're blasting this and they're cracking on fault lines, what's the one thing that is in that fault line if you keep going down? The core, correct?
Well, yeah, if you get past the outer mantle and all that,
Okay.
I mean, you've got to go quite
But
a bit
still,
down.
even at the outer mantle, it's still hotter than what the surface is on the seafloor, correct?
Well, the outer mantle is, I mean, obviously, I forgot what the hell, I forgot what that ravine is. That's the deepest part of the ocean. What is that called?
I can't think of it right now.
Mariana Trench.
Yes.
Mariana Trench.
Yes.
That sound familiar?
Right.
So you got Mariana Trench, which is 7.5 miles, I think.
Yeah,
around there.
I think it's somewhere around there.
And so that's the deepest part that's within the crust. Right. And then you have the outer mantle, and then you have the inner mantle. So the outer mantle is still solid. The inner mantle,
which is
where
something like, what is it, 17 miles or something like that below?
I would have to read off the top of my head. I have no idea.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. I want to say it was like 17 miles below the deepest is where they said that the outer would be. But still, at that point, the temperature is much hotter on the outer than it is on the sea floor.
If you believe in like the liquid molten core and then the semi-solid, I believe it's called the outer core of the inner mantle, then yes. I mean, the deeper you go, the hotter theoretically it's supposed to be.
Exactly. So based on thermodynamics, okay, if that cold ass water down there and that water at the sea floor is cold as hell, it hits a hot area, what happens to that water?
Well, it should steam theoretically.
It should steam. It will cause rupturing, cracks. What happens when that ground that's flat erupts up because of steam explosions?
Well, at the end of the day, the water's going to get warmer at that point because heat is escaping.
Exactly, which could cause a lot of what we're having with these hurricanes now because of the increase in moisture that's being thrown up into these storms. But
so what are your thoughts on, and this is something that I agree with too, because what the study's been saying is that the average temperature right now globally Now, this is global average temperature,
Mhm.
is up about 3 degrees. What are your
Right.
thoughts on that?
If you look at the farmers' almanacs and you look back history wise and keep going back, we go through where it rises and then it goes down.
The planet
I
cycles,
remember,
the heat cycles.
I remember back in the 80s mowing my grandmother's yard on Christmas Day because it was 85 degrees on Christmas Day. I remember mowing her yard that day thinking, how is this Christmas and it's this hot? Okay. Now here we are all these years later, and now we're 3 degrees hotter than our average. 3 degrees ain't shit, you know, but they would like you to believe that the polar caps are melting. Well, the funny part is the polar caps aren't melting.
The snow cap is actually increasing.
It's increasing in thickness, and it's decreased this way, which as that falls in, what happens when that ice falls in that's on the outer perimeter as it's warming up and it's melting, sea levels rise. Correct. Exactly. I live right by Lake Michigan, and we're watching houses fall into Lake Michigan.
Oh,
daily.
No shit.
Yes, daily.
Wow.
We actually, right by where we live, where me and Brandon live, there's a river walk that they had a beach out there, and they had this real nice stone observation deck that went out over. The waves have crashed in so much that they've washed away all the sand under it, and it's fallen into Lake Michigan. And it's eroded about 40 feet of ground into the lake now. There's actually houses in Michigan right up over the border that are falling into Lake Michigan because the ground's eroded away under the houses.
That's incredible.
So Chicago's having it happening right now too. And that's because the waves are a lot more violent. And when they're violent, they come up, and what do? They pull sand back with them. And that keeps happening.
Correct. Yeah.
It pulls that sand back out.
Effect.
Exactly. You've got a huge sandbar probably about 100 yards out now that has been there forever, that now is probably about 6 inches of water on top of it, where before it was like 4 feet. You know.
So out of curiosity, say for example, and this is just your opinion. I mean, it doesn't have to be scientific. I'm just kind of thinking. I just kind of want to hear what you have to say on this. So say if sea levels keep rising, say if the average, and again, average is kind of a tricky thing, because you can have something averaging at the equator based on solar flares, based on celestial activity, whichever. And so that might increase, say, 4 or 5 degrees for a year. And then you got at the polar caps that have decreased 1 a year. And they'll still say, well, we're still averaged, 5 degrees this year, right? So you have that bias that's always put out there too. And you always got to be careful with that.
Correct.
But say if sea levels keep rising and average mean temperature keeps rising, and say if this is consecutive for the next 5 or 10 years, what would your thoughts be on that?
Honestly, I don't think the sea level's rising as much as what people think it is.
Okay.
I think that what's happening is, for instance, we've talked about the fault lines, the tectonic plates. Those shifting, we don't know what's going on underground. We don't know under the bottom of the ocean what's going down.
Well, the plates are always
happening. I'm thinking plates are starting to move up, just like a volcano. Volcano wasn't there at one time. It's built up over the years.
Correct. That's how Hawaii was built. Any island country's been built like
that. Because of those plates separating and raising up. And as they raise up and creating new islands, whatnot. Now, all of a sudden, you've got this island that wasn't there. Now it's there. So what happens? That water that was occupying
displacement,
it gets displaced. I don't think the water's rising. I think it's displacement. And the scientists are trying to prove that it's not the level rising, it's displacement of water.
Interesting. You know what? I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I have to take a look at, because land mass takes a lot of time.
Exactly.
But then you've also got outside of Qatar. Qatar has been building man-made islands for the past 5 or 6 years.
Exactly.
And I've seen them because I actually had, when I was in Iraq, we came out, we had a 3-day R&R in Qatar.
Right.
And they had their man-made islands.
Dubai's doing it right now. Dubai is building a new island. Right. So you've got these people putting islands in the water. Well, that water is now displaced. So when that water gets displaced, the cup inside of a cup, water flows over. Well, you're dropping land inside of that water, and now that water has to displace. It's not rising because they've got pictures of a lock in, I think it was in Scotland, this lock, and they were talking about the water's rising, the water's rising. There's a picture of it 50 years ago, okay? And the water line is actually on the brick mold. And then they took a picture of it this summer. The water's still on the same line on the brick mold. So I don't feel that it's displacing it everywhere that, water is fluid. So it's going to go to the lowest source or whatever, it's going to go the least resistant. That's why I think the lakes are going through what we're going through in the Great Lakes areas, is because that water is being pushed into those areas. You know what I'm saying? It goes to its farthest point and it hits land. So then it travels through the little streams to get to it. And then it gets trapped in that lake, which is the corner, and it can't go nowhere.
So the Great Lakes out there, so you guys have an inlet from the ocean, I'd imagine, right? There's a direct inlet.
Yep. Panama Canal leads right into the Great Lakes. And then each Great Lake leads into the other. Okay,
because I'm not super familiar with the Great Lakes out there, so that would just kind of make sense to me. So if the ocean levels do rise, since there's no control,
right?
There's
no outlet for it other than little streams, and the little streams are all dammed off and controlled by different municipalities.
Yeah, because
because those dams out, it'd probably rinse right back in. It'd be fine.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to look at like the Great Lakes like you would an inland lake, because there's outlets, there's dams, there's downstream, so they're a completely different beast.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly. So I'm looking at it from a scientific standpoint. We know that the faults are moving. What is it? I can't think of the initials that it is. The one that handles for earthquakes and.
I know you're talking about.
I almost called them NORAD. It's not NORAD.
NORA.
But it is NORA. NORA, I think is what it is.
NORA.
I believe
Northern Oceanic Research Agency or something like that.
Yes, NORA.
Or North America Oceanic Research or something like that.
So they've been detecting earthquakes in the oceans, but they can't pinpoint the location because they're so sporadic.
Well, the earthquakes in the ocean are tectonic plate movements. That's what an earthquake is. So it's tectonic plate movement.
Exactly. And with that alone right there, depending on how these plates move, if these plates move away and they separate enough to where we can get the heat in there, that's where the tsunamis can be coming from. You know what I'm saying? A large amount of water hits that molten earth, whoosh, steam busts up. All of a sudden now you got a tsunami. That can explain the rare tsunamis that they've been having. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from a scientific standpoint, there's got to be a reason that these are happening. Some are saying, it's because they're messing with the weather. Well, that's true too. Weather has a large contributing factor to the way the oceans flow,
and the rotation of the earth as well.
And the rotation of the earth.
If you take a look at how hurricanes work, it's pretty much proof in the pudding that we're on a spherical rotating earth, but that's a whole nother topic of discussion.
Right. You learning anything up there, Brandon?
Man, this is really cool. We should do like a segment of this once a week.
Whatever, man.
Hey,
I mean, I'm retired. Really cool. I'm bored nowadays. So
hey, Brandon, have you noticed something? You got 3 different people here that have got probably 3 different views on it, but guess what? We're all educating each other and making each other think.
Yeah, you're making me.
And no one's fighting.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, typically intelligent people will be open to things because, I mean, I'm not sure if are you guys familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect? Have you guys read about how that works? And so typically the most ignorant people are going to be the least educated and least experienced on a topic. And then the more somebody learns about something, the less their confidence will go until they kind of even out to where they feel they have a good grip on something. Mm-hmm. And then the more educated they get, it'll rebound back up to them being more confident.
Right.
And so typically the human condition is that somebody will read something they'll never cross-reference. They'll never challenge it. They'll never look for anecdotal evidence or nothing. They'll hear something, and because their knowledge on something is so little, and you can take a look at like identity and other psychological things that come, like for example, politics. People identify themselves with politics or sports teams, and so they won't hear opposing views or anything else. Like they're just in this bubble. Typically, people that don't know a lot about something will never engage in open debates and be open to different ideas that may be able to change their position on something, because that's their identity. That's what they cling on to. And so they'll just start attacking and arguing.
Right.
You know, and you'll see that a lot on YouTube. I've seen that everywhere on YouTube.
My politics has got me unfriended by quite a few.
See, and this is crazy because everybody's hitting me up on Facebook saying this is what we should be talking about. They said that they love listening to this.
Well,
seriously,
people from the Philippines, they don't but they can understand us a little bit because they do speak a little English.
Right.
They said that was such good knowledge from you two.
Oh, that's really cool.
Loved it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones you were talking about, the locks, I think you're thinking about the one in France, right? In Paris with the locks, they lock on the over the water. They lock.
You're talking locks like Panama Canal and all that.
They can
pressure, water
they call it
water locks.
Yeah, water locks. Thank you. Yeah.
Water
locks. Is that what you're talking about? Going over water? I mean, going over?
What's
that? Are you
that?
talking about the rock? Are you talking when you're talking about the lock? Are you talking
the
rocker?
No, when I'm talking, you're talking about when I was saying about the water level on the lock.
Yes,
that's actually, I can't remember. I want to say it was in someone shared it, and I want to say they were on a Scotland page, and it's a picture of, it's like a canal going into the ocean, and they call it the lock. And it's basically like a water inlet where ships would come in to port and go out. And it's a famous area. I can't think of the name of it now.
I'm looking for it right now.
But you could see it. It's a big brick. There's like a big brick wall around this lock. And they've got pictures of it. Like, I want to say it was like 50 years ago or something like that. And it's an old black and white picture taken from a ship. And there's a brick mold that goes all the way around it at the water level. So it's almost like a brownstone brick on the top. And then it's got this stone ridge that runs around, and the water's always even with that water or with that ridge. So one of two things is happening. Either that brick wall is floating on top of the water, or the water levels never changed in 50 plus years. I can't think. I want to say it was in Scotland, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull a picture right now. There's a ton of locks out there. Again, like the most famous is Loch Ness, out in Scotland, which I've been a huge fan ever since I was a kid. I'm a big Loch Ness fan.
The Loch Ness monster. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been a big fan of that.
I like to find somebody that knows some knowledge on that and actually talk.
I got a little bit of a background on it. I don't have like first person knowledge, but the Loch Ness has kind of been like a fetish of mine since I was a boy. And the funny thing is I have a phobia of water. I forgot what it's called, but if I enter water, anything like larger than say like a bathtub, like even a swimming pool, when I get into water, I go absolutely nuts.
If water goes over my head, I won't go in. I'm
really
very much the same way. My father threw me in a pool when I was 6 years old with a adult side life preserver on. Threw me in the 12-foot into the pool. What do you think an adult-sized lifesaver is going to do? A life vest on a 6-year-old. I shot out of that thing like I come out of a cannon, and he can't swim. So he didn't know what to do. Thank God a neighbor saw him throw me in and jumped the fence and pulled me out. Otherwise, I would have drowned. And ever since then, I don't like going in water. I won't go into Lake Michigan ever. I won't go into a lake, period. If it's a swimming pool and I could stand up and my head's above water, I'll stand in it and be in it all day long. I could swim like a fish underwater now, but I have to have a mask on. So scuba diving, I'd be great. But if that water is where I got to tread water, screw you. I ain't
Hey,
doing it.
Tommy.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about the brick thing for the locks, so we have
Yeah.
locks here, and what it
Yeah.
does is it takes it from one level, like a smaller river or whatever, and
Mhm.
it'll actually bring it down to lake level or whatever. So
Correct. Yeah, it
without it,
manipulates water levels.
yeah.
I don't think this, what I was talking about with Scotland, I don't think it's a water lock as in that. It was something Scotland lock. I can't think of what they call it. Actually, I
Well,
probably should
Scotland
ask
has a
DP
ton
about
of
it.
locks, so you're not helping
Yeah.
us there.
Right.
Yeah, but
Scotland has a
it
shit
wasn't.
ton of locks.
It wasn't like what you're talking about, a water lock like that, to where the water would be raised and lowered. This is right on the ocean, this wall. And I cannot think of the name of it. But yeah, you're right with what you're talking about. Yes, I agree with you there. But
Yeah,
this wasn't like a water lock like that. I think it was just something lock is what they called it.
Papa Bear came in and said, "What about Champ the Lake Monster? That's out in your neck of the woods in the Superior Lakes. That's Lake Champion, isn't it?"
I was trying to figure out what he was talking about.
Yeah, Champ is the North American version of the Loch Ness Monster. There's actually Champ is up in the Superior Lakes,
Really?
where they're
I
saying
didn't know
it's a similar monster to the Loch
You going
Ness.
back to bed, or are you staying up with Dad?
that.
Oh, yes, you're staying up. Oh, sorry.
You've never heard the myth of Champ?
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Tell me where
Champ
that-
is a North American myth. Yeah, it's a
Let me
big
see.
one. There's hundreds of reporting sightings on Champ.
Really?
There's a lot of sightings on him.
Hang on. Let me see if I can Google search and see if I can find it.
Yeah,
I got a
'cause
guy that's really, really big into that Bigfoot stuff, and he has like legit photos of Bigfoots.
really.
Yeah, and he's huge up on YouTube, and he gets like 300 something people watches him, and he shows like legit pictures of things that he caught. And he was on Discovery Channel and stuff like that. And
Oh,
I might want to bring him up one day. And
Oh,
that'd
sorry.
be a great
man.
interview for
Sorry.
you. Yeah, it's Lake
He's mine,
Champlain. Lake Champlain is where Champ is located at.
Okay,
That's
I'm
where he got his
sorry.
nickname.
It was not. It's actually scary sea level rise on Sydney Harbor was one of them that they were showing.
So that's a little bit of a geographical difference.
Yeah.
They're in
Yeah.
Sydney.
Well, no, there's one that somebody showed. There's one that somebody showed. It was in Scotland. It was something lock. I can't think of it.
Fall asleep, sir.
I can't think of it. But there's a picture of it here, and they show the picture of this place, and the water level is pretty much the same from 1885 to 1930 to 2016. And they're saying that on here, let me see.
Well, Roma, swimming pools would be okay for you, but like for some people get phobia over it when they, their parents throw them. in
I'm
the
not
water
afraid
and
of
stuff.
drowning. I'm afraid of getting my ass eaten by something.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
like
worried
going into the water because
don't
I
like
dropped
going
like
to lakes.
3 pegs on like the feed hierarchy. On the
Okay.
food chain, I'm down quite a bit when I go into water, and I don't
It
like
says 1886 to 2010. It is only raised by 2.5 inches. From 1886 to 2010, 2.5 inches.
And that's
That is
still
that is not a huge amount.
well, and that's still. I mean, if you take a look, if say the Earth is 6 billion years old or 4 billion,
Exactly.
I mean that's not even a speck of
No.
a timeline. That's
No.
nothing. That is
Right.
not even microscopic. So that's one of the big things that a lot of people can't wrap their heads around. Again, I mean, based on science, if the planet is this old, which everything that we know of and carbon dating and the fossil record and moving forward from that and formation of countries and the expansion and separation of Pangea and all that stuff. I mean, the world is not as young as the Bible says it is scientifically. And we've been able to scientifically disprove that. Now, again, you can always say, well, carbon dating's, altered, or this is altered or misinformation or whatever. But so if you take 4 to 6 billion years and then you take a look at, say, a 200-year span, that's not even a drop in the bucket. That's a molecule of water in the bucket. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things when it comes to actual time.
Well, when you were talking about lakes and stuff you don't go into, I remember going out in the middle of the ocean on a boat and jumping off and swimming in the middle of Florida's ocean area
Yep. Nope.
and seeing
Nope.
this stingray go past me and hit me with this wave. I mean, this stingray had to been as big as a 2-story house, massive
Wow.
thing.
Wow.
Flew right past me. I'm like, yep, I'm not going back in that shit ever again.
Nope. I mean, I'm at a disadvantage when I go into water. I can swim, I can fend myself, but there are things out there in the water that are way bigger and better than I ever.
Oh, hell yeah!
And I respect that, and so I stay on land where I'm supposed to be.
They talk about there's creature-looking things down way below the sea that are huge, massive. That will.
Well, they're saying that we've only seen 95, or we haven't seen 95% of our ocean. They said that we know more about the moon than we know about our own oceans. Matter of fact,
Brandon.
that's the big marketing thing that's going on for this new underwater movie that they're trying to promote right now. We don't know anything about our oceans. We discover new species all the time. We just finally, this was a couple of years ago, but we finally discovered the giant squid, which has been rumored for decades.
There
Tommy.
you go. Yeah.
Unblock me once.
What?
Unblock me.
From where?
Messenger.
I don't have you blocked on Messenger.
Yeah, you do. We blocked each other.
Here it is.
You blocked. Well, did you get that drunk the other night? I mean, were you guys like sending stuff?
Hang on.
Here it is, right here.
My blind ass is gonna have to zoom in. I can't see shit.
Oh, maybe I can zoom in on this. Let me see.
Can you zoom in on your end?
No, I just sent you a message.
No.
I just sent a message said you're not blocked. It's not telling me that you're blocked.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. I don't have you blocked.
How I can get it to go bigger.
Oh, that's all right. I saw it. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I was able to take a look at it.
Holy shit, everything's massive now.
Yeah, Papa Bear is saying ocean creatures are huge due to lack of gravity. And not just that, but also the environment that they grow in. I mean, there have been numerous scientific studies that will take a creature that is supposed to be naturally large and put them in a confined cage or a confined environment, and it actually limits the growth of that creature based on its ecosystem, the whatever it's in. So that does limit. But again, there's also a paradox to that. And this is something that the Discovery Channel led me on a few years ago, and it's called the island paradox. There's been movies that's been made about this based on this paradox, to where, yes, ocean creatures will always get very large, again, due to lack of gravity, due to the abundance of resource, and also due to an exponential environment to grow in. But then the island paradox, and this is actually a fascinating thing if you guys haven't seen this before, where they will take regular species that will grow, like smaller species that will grow on like large mainland, and they'll transport them or implant them on islands, and they will get tremendously bigger than mainland. But yet the large mainland creatures will grow smaller on island. It's really a fascinating theory, and it's the subject matter of many, many books and many, many movies. But the island theory, or the island paradox, to where they'll have, say, a spider that's, well, spiders are bad, like lizards or small mammals will go to these islands and get just exponentially larger based on that ecosystem, that environment. It's and from what I know, science can't explain it yet, but it's a really cool paradox to look at.
That's totally true.
It's insane. Like, I can't explain it, but I find it absolutely fast. Well, matter of fact, the movies like Journey to the Center of the Earth and all that is based on that limited ecosystem, that limited range, and species that are small that grow really large, and that's based on the island theory, the island paradox. Really? That's what it's based off of.
It's like people like to say, okay, like fishermen out there, a big fish that can grow massive size would be like a catfish. Catfish can get huge. I just looked it up right now. 660 freaking pounds.
Yeah, blue catfish. Blue catfish are the
massive. I mean, pretty much eat you and a million other people. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
they eat
matter of
anything.
fact,
They eat anything.
Papa Bear is just talking about the pygmy elephants,
Okay.
which are the smallest species of elephants I believe that we've discovered, and
Yeah.
those were
Might be
island-based large. I believe they're marsupials or pachyderms. So yeah, it's a fascinating paradox, and that's something that I think is really, really neat.
Wow. Holy shit, they are. Look at those things. I'm looking them up.
It's
right now.
incredible. I mean, and it's really cool because a lot of people give up on like the wonder of life because they feel that everything's been discovered. So a lot of people don't have, like, you take a look back in the 18th century where I mean, we've got explorers, we've got people that are out there that are in the, you know, these parts of the ocean that no human being has been on, or these islands that no human being's been on. And so with the internet, with the distribution of information and the whole 9 yards, a lot of people have lost the wonder of the world, and there's still a lot of wonder out there. Yeah, there you are. There's the micro elephants. I believe they're called pygmy.
Yeah.
Pygmy.
Yeah.
Pygmy. Yeah, and that's attributed to the island paradox.
Look at those things, dude.
What the hell?
Little
I
bit.
don't know
crazy?
what's going on right now, Sarah. It doesn't show you're blocked. I'm looking right now. Let me go
That
in.
is so freaking weird.
That is weird. Let me look because it doesn't show you blocked.
Oh, you're talking about sturgeon. I'm actually a big sturgeon fisher, Shadows of the Moon. I've caught a lot of sturgeon, and sturgeon have what's called a slot limit.
Blocked
And
message.
so
I've got 2 names.
Small sturgeon you can't keep, and large sturgeon you can't keep. But if they're within like a slot limit, you can keep them. And I'm typically catch and release. I'll typically release
What
everything.
the hell?
But I've caught some
I don't know.
big-ass
You can
sturgeon,
see it
and
doesn't show your
those are
block on the
prehistoric
bottom.
fish. I mean,
I
those
wonder
fish.
if I hold
I
on.
mean, they're around the fossil record era with limited evolution, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, when
Wow.
it comes to evolution, there has to be pressures on a species for that species to evolve to remain competitive. And there are certain certain ecosystems that do not introduce those pressures to demand a species to evolve to stay more competitive. And matter of fact, that's why a lot of people say like megalodon and all these different things could potentially exist at the deeper levels in an ecosystem that's never been challenged, because they'll still remain apex because there's no pressures for that species to, again, evolve to remain more competitive. Competition is what drives evolution, and you can see something at a micro scale and a smaller, more relatable scale. You take a look at what's called the business climate, right? Where businesses are going out of business because they cannot maintain competitiveness in the market with either online marketing, social media marketing, whatever. So you see a lot of like brick and mortar stores will close down because they can't stay competitive. They have to rebrand or merge or do whatever. That's literally how species are when it comes to being overcompeted. They either have to adapt or they die. That's what forces evolution.
That was weird. I had to block you and then unblock you.
Oh, me too, Shadows of the Moon. I love to
That's
fish.
messed up.
I'm a
See-
huge get a hold of me on Facebook. I'll show you some of the stuff I've catch, especially on the West Coast. I'm
You
from
see this
California. It's amazing. Yeah, that's an anglerfish, I believe.
That's
This
messed
fish
up.
right here is like way at the bottom of the ocean, and it has like a light. And
Yeah, that's how it
this is the
attracts
cartoon
prey.
version of it.
That's how it attracts prey. That's an anglerfish. I believe that's what an
But-
anglerfish is.
But look at this thing, man. Like, there'd be no way in hell that I would want to go down there with this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
There's a
like,
lot of stuff down there, bro. There's a lot of crazy stuff down there. They discover new stuff all the time.
it's crazy. Like,
You can take a look at the goblin shark. The goblin shark is really, really cool. They have something called a goby fish, I believe it is. Yeah, that for sure is an anglerfish. But there's a lot of species out there that are really, really cool.
I like that one. It's just crazy stuff that's down there that we don't even know about. I'm saying stuff that'd be like.
Yes, I love those. Yes, anglerfish. Yeah, she's saying it. Yeah, or I'm sorry, Shaz, but I don't know if you're male or female. I apologize.
Female.
Is it female? Okay.
Female
But yeah, anglerfish, they're pretty notorious for their bait, their lighting bait that they attract prey in. They're pretty nasty.
Yeah, that's creepy stuff down there.
And it's crazy because
it'd be
of
cool
the
to go
lack of
down there.
light. The lack of light and the lack of pigmentation. A lot of these creatures are see-through or they emulate their own light. A lot of them are blind. So they have obviously advanced sensory organs. There's a lot of really cool stuff down there.
I mean, it'd probably take a lot out of you to go down there to see that. I mean, you have to do a lot of training and stuff to go.
You're 7 miles down. And you know what the pressure is?
Yeah,
The pressure on that water alone is just, it's
bro.
incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
And it's incredible how these fish can, you can sit there for days and think about this stuff.
That's just a big world, man. There's a big world out there.
So everybody, if you don't have Jacob, I'm putting his link in the description so you guys can grab him up.
Joker, did you fall asleep?
No, got a couple messages. I'm kind of watching.
Some messages on the back of your eyelids.
Yeah.
Just giving you shit, dude. But what did you go? What branch? So you were over there in Fort Leonard Wood, right? So what was your MOS? What would you sign up for?
Hang on. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yes.
Mm-hmm. We can hear you. 10-4.
Why can't I hear anyone?
Because you're at a different level. You need to tone your frequency down, bro, so you can hear us.
You can hear me. I'll be back.
Jump in and jump out.
All right, I gotta jump the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I guess it's just me and you, kid.
It's with me up here. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Oh my god. So I learned a new thing from Alexa today, and it fucking cracked me up so bad.
What was that?
Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
I'm trying to get
Real quick. Alexa, I farted.
Congratulations.
Wait. She fucking claps for
I gotta
you.
say, Alexa, I farted.
Congratulations.
What? Wow.
That's the best fucking thing ever. I was laughing so damn hard.
Well, if it could totally hear you, then when you do it, it should clap at you. But no, it doesn't.
That would freak me out.
Yeah, but it supposedly listens to you.
I know that
All
would
right,
freak
here
me
he
out.
is. Quit talking shit. He's here now. He's back.
No, we were talking to. Listen, Alexa, I farted.
Congratulations.
I wish I got that.
A full standing ovation. I was like, what?
Alexa, I am your father.
No. That's impossible.
That was amazing. Do that again. That was
She's
amazing.
so good.
That was amazing.
Alexa, I am your father.
No. That's not true. That's impossible.
Oh my god.
Impossible.
Wait, listen.
I'm a Star Wars junkie. That just made my
me
freaking
too.
night just now.
Oh,
was
she's all about
amazing.
the Star Wars.
Is she
Alexa, who do you love?
I'm a bit sentimental, so I'm going to say R2D2. You never forget your first crush.
Wow.
Alexa, who shot first?
Han shot first in the original version of Star Wars Episode 4.
Han did shoot first.
He did.
Han shot first.
She's all about the Star Wars.
That's science.
So, what's your drift on that new Mandalorian or whatever? Did you like
The
it?
Mandalorian. I love
loved
that
it.
show.
I'm a fanboy. I'm sorry. I mean,
I
I
love
loved it.
it.
I loved it, man. I wish it'd have more. I wish it'd be a lot longer.
yeah,
Oh,
but
I'm
they're
sure
going to
they
launch
will.
back in fall of what, next year? Is that what they're?
Yeah.
Or no, fall of this year. Excuse
This
me.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Did you
pay
guys watch the new
$7
Star
a
Wars?
month for Disney Plus just for that show.
Correct. Me too. Did you guys watch the new Star Wars? Have you seen that?
Not yet.
The new movie.
No,
The
not
new
yet.
one. I've gotten some actually poor reviews, but again, they're hardcore Star Wars guys that are pissed off that Disney bought it. Disney's buying everything. It is.
Yeah,
what
they're
it
buying
is.
everything. Marvel, everything.
Yeah, they own everything. They own ESPN, Discovery. They own all that shit.
Yeah, Fox. They're a big part of Fox as well.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they
ABC
own.
Family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually, what, hats off to you. A lot of people don't know that I actually did a video. Because I do a lot of finance and business analyst kind of things, and I did a video on Disney Plus and going through all their subsidies and everything they owned. A lot of people don't know that they have the reach that you do. So hats off to you. A lot of people don't pay attention to stuff like that.
I worked for Time Warner Cable for years, so I'm.
Oh, did you?
I'm well aware of what they own.
Excellent. What are your thoughts? Just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts with that background with Disney? What are your thoughts on them, really?
I'll tell you, out of all of the bigger networks that we dealt with, they were probably the easiest to deal with.
Okay.
As far as like contracts and stuff like that goes.
So what do you think about their actual intention or future vision? What do you think that what they're trying to do, and what's your opinions on that? And this is as you being an insider. I've actually never spoken. Again, like I said, I do a lot of business analysts. I do a lot of investing. I put a lot of money in a lot of different places. And I've never talked to someone who's actually been at your level. So I'm really curious on that.
My thoughts on it. Well, I mean, if you, all you have to do is Google, what does Disney own? And pages and pages and pages come up.
Yeah, Wikipedia does a pretty good job. I
I
hate citing Wikipedia. Like, it's not
drama.
at a college level,
Oh, no.
but you can easily
I
go to
don't.
Wikipedia and take a look.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably on there, but their sites. I think they're definitely trying to monopolize things.
Oh, of course.
I guess you could say,
yeah,
because
of course they are. Mm-hmm.
like, okay, so if you break down cable, okay, let's just break down the cable service.
Okay.
To channels. So when you get a package deal and you're getting channels, you're paying for the big channels.
Mm-hmm.
If you had channels on their own, say you just wanted ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN is owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
and
subsidiaries.
ESPN2 also owned by Disney.
Yep. And a few of the other ones too. ESPN, just ESPN, not ESPN2 or anything like that. ESPN would be the most expensive channel that you could ever own. Second being Disney Channel. People actually paid, there are some states where people paid an additional $2 a month for Disney Channel. Because Disney, they rack up their prices.
Correct.
But the way that they monopolize it is by saying, oh, well, if you put it in this package opposed to this package, like, you couldn't get it on just like a regular standard package. You'd have to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
So
NFL does something very similar.
Oh, NFL, don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, NFL is Well, we get each other. We know what we're saying here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're trying to take over the cable industry.
Correct.
Honestly. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
now they have their own Netflix type channel, which is actually fantastic because they used to have a contract with Netflix. So Netflix would be the first one to get all their movies. like the cartoon movies and stuff, and the Marvel shows, and then they did this. So not only are they trying to monopolize the cable industry, they're also trying to monopolize the streaming industry.
Well, the
Because there's gonna be a lot of
streaming industry
people-
is going to be the future. I mean, that's because we have networks that can support it now. You take a look at cable earnings, satellite earnings, and then streaming company earnings. You know, there's dozens of streaming services out there. It's a smart move, and not just that, but it's also cheaper for a lot of these companies to stream.
Well, and a lot of the companies, because Charter bought Time Warner Cable, they became Spectrum. So
yes,
monopoly.
Yeah. You're right.
That was the whole deal, because I worked there when that all went down. And how it was supposed to happen was Charter was supposed to buy Time Warner Cable. And then what was the other one? The other
Are you talking about the
cable.
mergers? What are you talking about the mergers?
No, the big cable company. The biggest one in the nation.
What year? Well, what year are you talking about the biggest? Because Comcast right now Comcast and MSN.
So that yes, Comcast.
Okay, yeah, because they're the big dogs.
So what was going to happen was Charter was going to buy Time Warner Cable, and then Comcast was going to buy both of them. And the FCC said, "No fucking way. We will sue the shit out of you."
Yeah, it's a monopoly. There's no competitive market.
I don't even know how Charter got away with buying Time Warner Cable, because they took over so many states. It's absolutely ridiculous, because now they own Bright House. They own all different kinds of stuff.
Well, Time Warner is also Warner Brothers, right? That they're within each other.
Not anymore. They used to be. Not anymore. No.
Oh.
Not anymore. They used to be. Yes. It was all one thing. Warner Brothers split off, I want to say, like around 2010, I think.
Oh yeah, it's been
something
a while
like that.
since the last time I looked at these companies that much in depth, I was in my master's program. So that was about that time. It's been a while since I've done in depth on Warner Brothers and Time Warner.
But Time Warner also owned Bright House. It was a whole thing. So Comcast was like, "No, we're not going to get sued by the FCC, so we're backing out of it." So now Charter and Time Warner are Spectrum.
Happen. I mean, they would have.
Right.
If they would have tried to move forward, it would never have been sanctioned, and they would have got absolutely destroyed by fines, like you were saying, and lawsuits.
Right.
Just like we're seeing with the Sprint and T-Mobile right now, is you've got 21 states suing them right now for, I think, what is it, $26 billion or whatever, something ridiculous.
Right. And it is ridiculous, but the channels, the broadcasters, they were pissed off too, because like Disney and stuff, they were making a buttload off of Charter. They were making more money from other companies.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Not trying to stop you or anything, but Jimmy Rizzo's really going in on Murray right now bad. He is coming up as Elaine now and saying, "I got you. You can't go nowhere. I will follow you forever." This drama crazy stuff around here.
Do we need to raid something? I'm drunk. I'm ready to kick something.
He's drunk.
You should see this lobby. This guy is crazy. This Jimmy
he
Rizzo,
went up there and he was calling her a prostitute. And
hold on, if you guys don't mind me asking, what channels are these? I mean, I want to make sure I don't get caught, because I had somebody come in and invite me to their show because people like to bring me on and try to do whatever with me, I guess.
There's the link right there, man.
And
she doesn't really have this ever. It's just people mess with her.
What link is it? Okay, do you mind if I jump over? I'm gonna stay here. Do you mind if I open this up on another tab and kind of see? I haven't kicked somebody's ass in like 2 weeks.
He's over there right now. She kicked him off, but he's gonna come back with somebody else. Probably come in like Sarah or something.
He does that all the time.
Who are these people? Like what's going on?
He's a drunk asshole.
Is he?
Yeah, and he just likes to fuck with people.
He loves it.
I don't know any of these channels. I have no idea who these people are.
Oh, he has a show called The Waffle. He has a called the every day. He has a show called The Waffle Show.
The
Waffle Chat. The Waffle Chat Show.
Yeah, dude. Like
Blood X is here. I know that channel.
Oh, Blood X is really cool.
Yeah, Blood X is in the chat.
Oh, Blood X is over there?
Yeah, Blood X is there right now.
Oh, he's probably
Do I have to go back over there and kick some ass?
might have to, man. I mean, we might all have to go over there.
Paranormal fans over there, Hunters of the Unknowns over there.
They're all our community. All of us are all.
Oh, are they? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the first time I've been like.
And we're all a good community. It's just we get these
Oh, I believe you. I've had a great conversation here,
like
bro.
us that don't like us, and then they just.
Why would nobody like you though? That's the thing. Like, why would somebody be against like after you? I don't get that. That's something I don't get here. Like, what are they going to accomplish? You're not doing anything. I mean,
well, it will come in time. You'll see when.
I get trolled quite. I've had guys make fake Facebook pages of me so far, fake YouTube channels. Like, it's free promotion, me baby. I like that. That shit gets me off. And I told him, like, this one troll that's trolling me. I'm like, dude, give me your PayPal at least. Let me at least tip you because you're promoting me, and that pissed him all off. And he hasn't been coming in since. But I wanted to pay this dude. I'm like, bro, like, you've been my best promoter. I would bring you on board to promote my business.
She's so pissed.
Yeah, she's very pissed. I should have brought you guys over there right away when the guy comes. But he was.
Let's do it. Let's go raid.
All
I'm down.
All right,
Fuck it. I'm drinking box wine. I'm classy.
She's really cool. She's a very cool heart woman, you know. And there's people just.
What's she about? What does she do?
They think, you know, because she's beautiful, and Jimmy Rizzo loves her. So it's like
he loves to fuck with her.
Oh, he does. He fucks
loves
with her
to
and
fuck
Marie.
with her.
He fucks with Marie and Natalie. He fucks with Natalie hard.
She's not a small channel either. She's got almost 12,000 views this month.
I mean, I'm sorry. He kind of reminds me of Eli. I mean, close to be. That's another guy.
You guys know that guy too.
You need to stay away from that guy. That guy is freaking nuts.
So you guys know this guy because I actually was on a panel with his show a couple of months ago.
Oh, he's nuts.
And it was him and another guy that are both really left-leaning political. And I don't care what your political alignment is. And facts are facts and BS and BS. And I went on, and I'm a right-leaning independent. And we went on and we were talking about it. And it was actually a cool thing. And then I was contacted by another creator because they were kind of tag teaming me, trying to do whatever and get a rise, and they never did. And I went over and I saw this other YouTuber's channel, and I engaged in the chat, kind of feeling about. I was on here for like 2 months. I don't know anybody. I still don't know anybody. And ever since I was involved in this other guy's chat, that entire community has gone after me. And I don't get it. I mean, they were pissed off because if I was subscribed to them, I could not subscribe to these other people according to their rules, I guess, which I think is the dumbest shit you could ever do. Like, as a consumer, you can subscribe and get your information from anybody. Like, nobody controls who the fuck I watch. You don't pay my bills. I mean, if you don't get me off or pay my bills, I don't care about you. You know, at that level. You gotta offer.
Well, Jimmy just gets drunk and then he wants to fuck with people. Literally, that's his channel.
And then the next morning, he doesn't know anything about this shit. Like
I think he does. I think he does.
He acts like he doesn't.
What?
I'm sure he does, but he knows.
Bipolar.
He records the shit.
Oh yeah, he does.
His whole channel is him recording people and talking shit about them after they're talking shit about him because of the shit that he does. But he doesn't ever put in his videos the shit that he does first to get everybody all fucking pissed off.
So his value is that he trolls and then he records.
Yes.
And it makes him look good, and then he puts it out there and says these people are trash.
Yes.
Is that kind of a tactic?
That is exactly what he does.
Somebody told me he used to be a massive YouTuber and he got his shit cut off, and now he's.
Say that again, Brandon. I'm sorry, I didn't follow you, bro.
Somebody told me that he used to be a massive YouTuber, like he had a lot of subscribers, and he got his shit shut down, and now he comes in as Jimmy Rizzo, or he comes in all different kind of names.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe those
mine.
stories. I don't believe those stories. I'm sorry. I mean, you guys have been here longer than me, but check it out. Like, if I became large, I'm not. YouTube is a tool. YouTube is just a tool. I have my social media presence, my Instagrams, my Facebooks, my Twitter, my email lists, my websites, the whole 9 yards. So if my YouTube was shut down as of today, I could be at least 60 to 70% strength tomorrow on a new channel by leveraging my other networks, because it all works together. So these people go, well, my name is so-and-so, and I had 200,000 subscribers on this channel. And you look at their channel now, and they've been on this channel for like 6 months, and they got 200 subscribers. They're typically full of shit. In my opinion. That's on the outside. I don't know exactly how YouTube politics works, but YouTube, if you are basing everything on YouTube and you're not protecting, because again, all your followers are assets. If you're not protecting your assets on other channels and having backup plans, if YouTube fails, you should always have an audience to where I could stop YouTube and go to Twitch and I'm making money. I can stop Twitch, go to DLive, I'm making money. I can stop DLive and go to Mixer and I can make money. You know, like you always have to be open to that. That's good business.
Yeah.
And so these people that go, yeah, I was fucking driving Lamborghinis and a fucking millionaire last year, and now I'm not even fucking monetized. Like, dude, fuck you. You're full of shit. Like, no, I don't. I'm not there with you.
Well,
in my opinion,
we can go raid this person if you want.
I'm ready to kick some ass. Fuck it.
All right. Let's do hashtag
What about you,
raid.
Sarah? You down?
Yeah, I mean, I have the link to go on her panel.
Oh, she's down.
I'll go on her panel.
Sarah has a mouth. She'll tell them off.
No, I already did. I told him to go put himself in the trash bin because that's all he is fucking trash. Fuck him.
That's kind of
He's garbage.
It's kind of. I mean, trash bin, man. That's pretty sexy. Yeah, well, you can do it, trash bin.
He's like, I wouldn't fuck you if I was blah blah. And I'm like, and who would fuck you? You can't even walk.
I would.
You piece of shit. You ride around on your scooter.
Depending on what's part of that, but I'm an equal opportunity.
Oh, me too. I'm such an asshole.
I like you, Sarah. Are you on social media? Do you mind if I connect with you?
Sure.
Get to know you. Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Where do I find you?
Probably Facebook.
What do you know? What do you go under Facebook?
Here, I got you.
You got me. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and follow you with my personal page. I have a professional page as well that I'm probably going to migrate to.
Okay.
I'm still working on my personal page, but I'm about maxed out on it. So
This guy's a big YouTuber.
Who is?
You are.
Oh, fuck you, dude. I'm not nowhere. Fuck off. I'm nowhere even near big, bro.
Hey, with all
I'm
your
a new
people
guy here. I ain't shit. I am nobody on YouTube.
Listen, I can talk.
YouTube wise, I'm fucking I'm bacteria, bro.
I'm the type of person that can sit and talk conspiracy theories, Illuminati, all that shit, all fucking day long.
Let's do it. This has actually been, and I'm not like blowing smoke up none of your asses. I mean, this has actually been one of the most invigorating streams I've been on, honestly, because we have good conversation, we got good company, we got actually intelligence behind the bullshit. It's really cool because like we've been able to come in and have disagreements, and I do, but there's always people that they're open to talk about it. That's a big deal. People don't typically do that.
And then we all stick together as family. We try to help each other out. That's
big time.
Dude, you've been in my streams 4, 5, 6 times on my power networking, bro. I've seen you all over the place.
Yes.
So you at least make it a point, even if you can't stay, you're like, hey man, what's going on? I just want to show you support, give you a like, hope things are going well for you, bro. I'll talk to you soon. I'm busy or whatever. Like at least you give me the decency of doing that. So when I have time, and again, and I do apologize, during the weekends is about the only times I can do this. I'm just fucking swamped, bro. And so I saw you live. I'm like, bro, let's do this. Like I haven't been here in a while. So, and then and not just that, but you bring me onto your panel. So like that's your reputation too of who you bring onto your panel. So that's a really cool thing, dude. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I bring anybody up.
Tommy's up on her panel now.
As the big YouTuber that I am, I approve. I approve of what you're doing.
Let's see if I can.
I can't believe you said that shit. Well, you are big. Fuck you. I'm not big, bro. I ain't shit.
You're gonna be there. You hang with us.
Well, if I start fucking strip teasing like what Sarah was saying that people should do.
Yes.
Sarah was saying people go over to strip tease channels.
How in the hell do I Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I can-
fuck you. 4.13 thousand. Yeah, dude, fuck off, bro. You're over 40 million views. You kiss my ass, dude.
Not close.
Fuck off. I'm close. I'm not even nowhere nearly close, bro. I
You guys,
shouldn't
we
even-
should go up on her panel.
Yeah, bring him up there.
Yeah.
I'll come in the chat. I'll come up on panel if you want me to.
How do
She
I?
put the link in chat.
So
Let's go-
the Twitter that you have is the Ghosty group, bro. Like, how do I follow you? It says subscribe. Is that what I need to do on your channel?
Who? Me?
You, the Ghosty group. That's your Twitter link.
Mm.
Send your selfies. Is there another link for you?
Oh, hey, I gotta take that down because I don't remember the password to the damn thing.
Yeah, the Ghosty group, and I got some dude fucking like crip walking or shit on some TikTok. Like that's Jay Breezy. Does that sound?
Oh,
right?
Jay Breezy.
Jay Breezy. Yeah,
He's a magician out in here in Chicago. He's real good.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he just did a Skittles to a Doritos bag. I just watched. He just ate a Dorito.
He's really good.
Oh no shit! It went from Skittles sours to M&Ms to fucking Skittles to Doritos. Bro, that's pretty sick. That's
All right,
pretty
I'm
sick.
gonna go up by Marie.
You want to bring him up there with you guys?
No,
I mean,
don't
she
worry.
put the link in chat.
I'm a liability. You don't want me on your team.
No, you'll need him up
I'm
there.
not gonna talk shit.
Maybe if he sees all them big guns of yours, man, he'd be like,
Tommy-
"Oh,
I just said, my camera filters aren't on. So I
Tommy's
just
up
normally
there.
get the Photoshop.
yeah,
shit
Tommy's
on.
up there. You can go up there with Tommy.
Who's Tommy?
The one was just
The
in
guy that
room
was
with
just up
Joker.
here.
Joker?
We're used to saying people's
Yeah.
names. Are
Oh, I thought Joker was Joker. So his name is Tommy.
yeah, his name is Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I put the link in there, so let's all go over there, people.
All right.
All right.
I'm right now.
And I'll be back online.
All right, later,
tomorrow.
chat. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Peace out,
Yeah.
everybody. Later, Sarah.